It's time to make a real impact in your community.
good job. Even if I did hear two folks the whole time. That wasn't on you though. That was the Bluetooth.
Won 7 in a row. Mountain East Conference football takes the main stage here in Athens this afternoon. It's an old-fashioned cat fight as we get set for the Bobcats of West Virginia Wesleyan and the Concord University Mountain Lions. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jason Reed, joined by the old ball coach, Hall of Fame, Concord Hall of Famer Steve Cox. We welcome you into Callahan Stadium here in Athens. Concord has won 7 games in a row dating back to 2017 over West Virginia Wesleyan. Could make it 8 today with a victory. But I got to tell you, 5 of those 7 games have been decided by 4 points or fewer. So if history repeats itself, Coach Cox, we can have a fun afternoon here in Athens.
Well, you know, you can't look at the records because every time the Concord and Wesleyan plays, it's really tough. We got our buddy Paul Price that coached here 10 years at Concord. He's back at West Virginia Wesleyan for the 3rd time in his career. And he has a history of always beating people that fired him. So I know he did that against Wesleyan when he was coaching for us. I hope he didn't take that out on us here at Concord.
Speaking of Price's defense, they are number 1 in the Mountain East Conference for sacks, 13 sacks on the season. On the other hand, we've got a new look here from Tyler Mizell. The Wake Forest transfer quarterback has been exceptional this season for Concord football. Last week at Glenville, not only did he throw for 230 yards through the air, but he took off on the ground for 128 yards. So that could be a big threat to Paul Price and his defense over on the Wesleyan side.
You know, I saw that game, and, I think I've seen about every game that Mizell has played, and he is an exceptional young quarterback. But I didn't know he was that fast, and he broke out around the end in that game and ran, about 70 yards, and he had another at least 30-yard run in the game. So he's a dual threat.
It's with heavy hearts today that we are glad to be with you in memory of Tom Bone III. Meant a lot to Concord University, and we remember him today as he was the PA announcer here for Concord football and basketball. We'll be right back. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and WVVA TV.
It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu.
It's not just Concord's esteemed history of higher education excellence. It's not just Concord's 125-acre campus beautiful, nestled in West Virginia's rolling hills. It's not just Concord's wide variety of academic and artistic opportunities tailored to almost any career path. It's not just Concord's compassionate team of instructors, administrators, and staff dedicated to your success. So what is it that makes Concord University so great? Well, that's easy. It's you. Start your journey today at concord.edu.
In Athens, Concord University taking on West Virginia Wesleyan. Bobcats are 0-8 on the year. Concord with 2 wins, but that's okay. We've got Cody Edwards in his first season as the head coach, and he has been very competitive in just about every game this season. Concord leads the all-time series between the two schools, 27 wins to Wesleyan's 14. There is a tie sandwiched in there somewhere. These two teams have been playing since 1928. So an old rivalry renewed this afternoon, Concord and Wesleyan, as both teams break the huddle. You see Wesleyan there with that Halloween-esque type coloring, with the white jerseys and the black trunks trimmed in orange and black. And, of course, Concord goes with the all-black jersey and pants and the white helmet with the CU logo on the side. Jason Reed, Steve Cox, ready to roll here in Athens. Glad to have you along. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
We'll have to watch, see how this kickoff goes. They'll be kicking into the wind, starting out. If he kicks it in the end zone going this way, we know he can do it going the other way.
Israel Rhodes and Curtis Clark back deep to return the kickoff for Concord. And it is picked up by Israel Rhodes at the 15-yard line. Rhodes trying to find a stream, evades a tackler, and a nice return as Rhodes punches the ball out to the 48-yard line.
Man, that was sweet. First of all, we caught that ball on about the 20, so it was not a deep kickoff. And then Rhodes did an excellent job. And, of course, what you're always looking for is blocking the back someplace. But if we did it, they didn't catch it. And real nice field position here at the start of the game.
Yeah, over 30 yards on the kickoff return. And so we are set with Concord's offense on first. There's our first look at Tyler Mizell. Israel Rhodes will line up in the backfield as the Mountain Lions go with a 3-receiver set.
Rhodes shows some explosion, and that's something we haven't had from the running back position this year. They ran better against Glenville than they have against about anybody.
Whistle blows. Play stopped here. This is the delay of game on Concord. The clock had hit 0, and so that'll cost the Mountain Lions 5 yards.
Yeah, I sure wasn't looking at it either. I think sometimes they wait till the music quits playing before they snap the ball.
Watch on the bottom of your screen here, Damani Burrell. Mizell back to throw, takes a shot to Burrell, double coverage. That pass is intercepted by Wesleyan, and they'll say he stepped out of bounds at the 32-yard line. That was Anthony Battle who comes up with the interception. So Concord starts with a nice return, then a penalty, and the interception.
Again, I know we were joking a little bit about Coach Price, his tenure here and his tenure, but he has been a great defensive coordinator no matter where he's coached. Was a great one here for us for several years. And, looking at the stats is deceptive because their defense has really been pretty decent this year. It's just they haven't been able to score any points. And they've given the ball right back to the offense. Real good first possession for West Virginia Wesleyan.
Bobcats have been trying to find answers this season. They've used quarterback by committee. This is the third quarterback they've used this season. Jalen Bragg is the starter, the sophomore from Houston. We have movement up front, and so Wesleyan will return those 5 yards with a false start.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what's going to happen with them offensively, but that kind of stuff right there is exactly teams that aren't good on offense seem like they continually make things harder on themselves, and I'm sure that whoever's coaching offense at Wesleyan does not like that start.
Twins to the near side for the Bobcats. Man in motion is Montague. And there's a quarterback keeper, punches the ball out to the 31-yard line. So they'll get 3 of those 5 yards that they lost back on the quarterback keeper.
See Brody Rice in there, a Princeton native at the linebacker position, or one of the linebacker positions, along with Xavier Ellison.
Jaden Williams in the backfield for the Bobcats on 2nd down and 12. Man in motion. We give the handoff to Williams. Williams gets swallowed up immediately. Back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more.
I think that was 12. Looked like Arterian Godfrey there. Man, he's just a tough little player back in the free safety position.
Sophomore from Palatka, Florida with the stop. Big third down here for Concord. 3rd down and 11. Get a hold here, decent field position for your drive. Bragg takes a snap, back to throw, takes a shot over the top and overthrows his intended target. Again, double coverage there. The safety comes over to help out. They were looking for triplet there, the junior from Virginia, the Liberty transfer.
Yeah, now he had a step on us there, but the ball would have had been to be delivered perfectly, and it wasn't that time. So quick 3 and out. Concord should get this ball back in reasonable shape.
Freshman Curtis Clark back to return the punt. He's from Greensboro.
Clark has improved this year. He shows something, shows some kind of improvement in almost every game. He's just a freshman.
Averages 10 yards per return on punts. This is a short punt. It will take a Wesleyan hop and roll dead to the 37. So again, great field position for the Mountain Lions. We have a timeout on the field. We'll step away. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mountain Lion. Go long! showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
This afternoon, Concord and Wesleyan. Concord's opening drive turned it over with an interception. Wesleyan goes 3 and out. This is Concord's second possession of the afternoon. Glad to have you along here on WVVA TV. Concepcion in motion. Israel Rhodes tries to get outside. He dropped the football, and now Wesleyan has it at Concord's 25-yard line. It was Victor Georges, a defensive back, who sprints up to dive on the football. And so Concord with back-to-back turnovers.
Yeah, and again, the Wesleyan defense very opportunistic, and they keep giving the ball back to the offense. And they keep doing that enough times here. These guys are going to take advantage of it. Puts our defense in a quick change situation. Now they're on, the 26?
So Jalen Bragg will have another opportunity with the Wesleyan offense. We've seen the sun go behind the clouds. Makes for a pleasant afternoon here.
It really does.
Callahan Stadium. Bragg with Jalen Williams in the backfield. Play action. Looks downfield under pressure. Hit as he throws and tosses it to the sideline. Boy, he got popped a good one there in the backfield.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, we got in on him there. Big Reynolds, number 99, was involved in that.
He is the senior from Boiling Springs, North Carolina. He packs a punch, too, 6'3", 335.
Yeah, he's done a great job for us. Another one of the Limestone transfers.
Trips right here for for Wesleyan on 2nd and 10. Williams shift to the right side. Almost had a defensive offsides on Rice. Williams has his number called, racing off the left side. He jammed up there by Concord defense. Michael Herbert with the tackle for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, we were faking. Brody Rice was faking the blitz from the left side. They ran it to the right, to their left, and our defensive right, and stopped for little or no gain.
You know what's interesting about Herbert making the tackles? The fact that in 2021 he was donning a West Virginia Wesleyan uniform.
Right.
3rd and 8 situation. A bootleg, a toss into the area, and what a hit. Forced turnover, flags fly, an unbelievable play there.
It's going to be a target.
It was Concord's Berlin Campfort who delivered the blow.
It's going to be targeting, I'm afraid.
He got him up high around the face mask. We saw, if you watched the Virginia Tech game last night, they went to double overtime with Cal. There was a couple of targets that they went back and reviewed. One was not a target. He led with the shoulder, but you just tried to make a hit there. You ride a little too high, and it was a vicious, vicious hit.
Well, whenever you see all 5 of the officials throw their flags up in the air, the thing may not be as bad as it looked, but, again, you would have to really look at the replay. But he blew him up, and it was set up just perfectly for it. Kid's helmet, I guess, came off. He's on his feet now, so seems like he's doing okay, but I'll be surprised if they don't call that targeting.
That was the tight end, Connor Castle, who took the blow there. Now, the question is, if this is a target, Campfort will be ejected.
Yep.
And will be disqualified from the remainder of the game.
Yes, sure will.
Here's a call from the White Hat. That's the case. Yeah. So not only do you lose a player here on this play with Campfort being out, but then you give up half the distance to the goal, and you're going to push Wesleyan up to, close to the 12-yard line. Yeah,
here they really haven't done anything offensively, but they get the ball on the fumble to our 26. Now on the penalty, they got it down inside our 15. Just keeps, the defense has to play disciplined here, but they got to bow up and keep them out, make them have to try a field goal.
Bottom of your screen, you see the big tight end there. That's McIntosh. First down and 10. Ball in the 15. Under pressure, and Bragg once again goes down. Second sack of the afternoon for the Concord defense.
Yeah, good job there that time. And it was like 2 or 3 people involved.
That's Reynolds once again. Reynolds came to play today. He's been very active here early. You were talking about former Concord defensive coordinator, head coach here, Paul Price, defensive coordinator now for this Wesleyan team. You better be careful. You see a guy like that and trying to get the old reel him into the other side.
Yeah, I think the only hope is this is his last year of eligibility.
Screen pass to the far side. Tackle, and the ball rolls out of bounds. It will be, is it complete? I didn't see if they signal complete there on the play.
The ball rolled away. He
Yep.
certainly didn't look like he completed the catch. But our secondary is hitting today.
Reynolds' sack was a 7-yard loss, and so no gain on the play with the incomplete pass brings up third down and 17.
Yeah, I think that was Torrin Kemp that made the great hit over on that side there.
You know it's a good time when John Cena shows up on 3rd and long. 3 receiver set for the quarterback, Jalen Bragg. In the backfield is Raphael Manning. Bragg under pressure once again, and down he goes. Concord's defensive line winning in the trenches here early. I think that was Nehemiah Scott who got in there.
You know, the playing offensive line, I think, is the hardest thing to do in collegiate sports. It's hard to find people that want to do it, and it's hard to find good ones. But if you aren't good there, then nobody else can do their job.
Yep.
And I can see why Wesleyan's got problems here. We've backed much simply because we've overwhelmed their line. Now they're trying this kick from the what is it, a 48-yarder?
Yeah, 48-yarder for D. Hart. Hold is good. The kick is away, and the kick is short and to the left. So Concord's defense does not give in. And we talked about Nehemiah Scott on that big play on 3rd down last season against Wesleyan. Had 6 tackles, nearly 2 tackles for loss, a forced fumble, and an interception. Looks like he brought his lunch pail here again today.
Well, he did, and I tell you, that's a great job of the defense right there, because they were put in a bad situation. After the penalty, it got worse. And they had like 3 straight plays where they backed Wesleyan up and end up forcing a very difficult field goal. That's a good kicker if you can kick one from 48 yards in this conference.
Rashad Lucky Dowdy has checked into the game, lines up in the backfield, along with Mizell, have his number called. Quick rush to the right, and that goes for close to 4 yards on a first down carry.
One thing Concord has done, you know, is they got about 4 running backs that they will alternate. So they've been able to avoid injury that way. And like I said, against Clemble, the running game was pretty positive. Biggest thing you could fault them for is putting the ball on the ground. We've just got to stay away from these fumbles. But that was a good run there on first down.
6'4" tight end Henley is Naden into the game for Concord. Lucky Dowdy again has a Mountain Lion first down out beyond the 45. Drops his shoulder and makes a defender pay for trying to make the tackle.
That was an excellent run that time, and we're starting to get some blocking, getting some push
from Rashad Lucky
from our offensive
brought down
line.
by Victor Georges for a Mountain
12
Lion
yards on the
first
carry.
down.
Mountain Lion offense trying to find some ebb and flow here. Mizell pulls it out on the run. Being pursued. Mizell cross midfield out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
Mizell
nice 6-yard pickup.
He really is. Yeah, he's got some wheels. He really does. Biggest reason you hate for him to run too much is he's kind of slight. He doesn't have a lot of weight. And he's so valuable to us, you hate to see him get shots at him. But that time he was able to get ahead and get out of bounds and got us a positive gain, 5 yards on first down.
Mizell, a sophomore from Denver, North Carolina, transferred here to Concord from Wake Forest. 2nd and 5. Lucky Dowdy will be close to the first down marker. Gets swallowed up there by the defense. Eric Watson, the linebacker, who makes a stop for Wesleyan.
How about this number 18 coming in the game? You know him?
Yeah, Grant
Lucky
Concord.
down
He
with a 4-yard
from
rush.
Princeton. He
Tackled by Eric
transferred
Watson. It's
from
third
West
and one.
Virginia University. And I've seen him in high school. And not only did he quarterback in high school, but he loves to hit as well. He's a very physical player, stands about 6'5", and very strong.
He's playing tight end now, and I really think he's got a future at that position.
3rd and a yard. Lucky Dowdy off the left side, and he'll have the first down, pulls the pile inside the 40-yard line. 8:35 to play in our opening quarter. We are scoreless. This is Concord's 3rd possession of the game, opening possession. Mizell through the interception. The second one, Israel Rhodes fumbles the football. And so here we are on Concord's 3rd possession of the first quarter.
That was a good positive run there for the first down. And so far, the run has dominated this drive.
Lucky Dowdy, 5'11", 210, packs a punch. Has some speed to go with it. Mizell under pressure, sidesteps a defender. Mizell with a lot of room in front of him. He'll take advantage of it. 20, 15, 10, 5. Mizell takes it to the house from 37 yards away. It's a Mountain Lion touchdown.
I think he got a taste of that up there against Glenville, and he's decided he liked it. He broke contain the same way down that right sideline, and I think he has acceleration. He has very good speed. And it looked like when that started out, you'd think, it might be a 10-yard run, and it just turns into about a 40-yard run.
He had 128 yards on 7 carries on the ground last week. Really made Glenville State's defense pay.
What I like about it, he didn't get hit the whole time.
Bowyer will try the extra point. Concord strikes first blood here in the cat fight. He kicks away, and it is good. Kenyon Bowyer sticks it through. Clock is frozen with 7:53 to play opening quarter. Concord 7, Bobcats 0. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you. Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student-athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time.
It's not just Concord's esteemed history of higher education excellence. It's not just Concord's 125-acre campus beautiful, nestled in West Virginia's rolling hills. It's not just Concord's wide variety of academic and artistic opportunities tailored to almost any career path. It's not just Concord's compassionate team of instructors, administrators, and staff dedicated to your success. So what is it that makes Concord University so great? Well, that's easy. It's you. Start your journey today at concord.edu.
9-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 55 seconds. We talked to the pregame coach about Tyler Mizell and the impact player that he is. And so a beautiful play in the pocket where the defender closed in. He sidestepped the defender, saw room to the right, took off, turned the Jets on 37 yards on the ground. He finds pay dirt.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, he hasn't run a whole lot this year, and I didn't want him to because I was afraid he was putting himself at risk. But he had that long run up at Glenville, and now it seems like he's got a taste for it, and he likes it. And man, it's just another weapon here. The thing about him, when he runs, he's got the potential to take it all the way, and he's done it now twice.
Strobridge and Hayward back deep. as this one sails out of bounds. Nice field position here to start with the flag flying.
Yeah. You don't like to kick it out of bounds because it gives them the ball on the 35-yard line, but I tell you, there's worse things that could happen. Again, at least we don't get an illegal block or something like that, some kind of roughing play.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 35 here. Concord leading 7-0. As you look out across the beautiful Appalachian Mountains and
Fairmont State's up 28
you see the changing of the guard, the changing of the colors of the trees. Beautiful backdrop here at Callahan Stadium.
24-0 over Wheeling at
Full
halftime.
receiver set as we have a quarterback change. They hand it off. This is a stretch play. Mean stiff
He's
arm.
through.
And he could go to the house. This is Mason White. And White scrambles inside the 10-yard line. Boy, it started with that stiff arm in the backfield.
And that was a tremendous run. And I tell you, you have to hand it to our guy to run him down there finally. We'll see if him not getting all the way to the end zone, if that has an effect on him. But that's been the most effective running play, most effective offensive play they've had the whole game.
Senior Logan Landers is the new quarterback into the game. White will stay in the backfield following the run.
52-yard rush from Mason White, pushed out at the
52
13 by Ty
yards
Brown.
on the carry.
It's one of the longer runs against us this year.
You're feeling pretty good about the team starting in the 35, and one play changes everything.
Next time they're inside your 15.
Yeah. White on a stretch play. Won't get anywhere. Concord's defense sniffed it out. There to meet him in the backfield was Titus Bridges, the redshirt freshman from Canton, North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Titus
Lost a 3
looked
on
like
the
he
play.
threw the
Titus
blocker right
Bridges
back
with the
into
tackle. 2nd and 13 for the Bobcats.
Ends up with Titus on top of both the blocker and the quarterback and just a pile back there.
That's what the weight room will do for you for sure. As we see renovations here at Concord University, expanding a weight room. A lot of construction here on campus. I love to see it. We have co-athletic directors in Luke Duffy and Tesla Southcott, and there's always something being done here with the athletic department. I love that they're moving it forward.
Yeah, that new practice facility where the pool used to be is going to be really nice.
Here's a launch,
Touchdown.
and it's a touchdown right to the hands of Triplett, the junior from Bealton, Virginia.
That was perfect. That was just like a streak play.
16-yard touchdown.
Actually, kind of, I think they call it a skinny post where he just kind of comes inside and
Put 6 on the board.
goes
for
down the
Wesleyan.
seam. He beat us. We had nobody, no safety help back there. Quarterback put the ball right back on the money. This dude just threw this ball. I think he's their normal starting quarterback, isn't he? But he didn't start this game.
Yeah, sometimes that's what drives fire and passion.
Mm-hmm. Now you're
It's
right.
when you watch, and when your opportunity comes to get back in, you do so.
Well, and he comes in the game. It seems like the rest of the guys on the team perked up. That's when they got that long running play.
Asobo for the extra point, and it is good. We are tied. 6:34 remaining here in our opening quarter. Coach, we said that Concord's won 7 in a row. They can make it 8 in a row against Wesleyan today, but 5 of those 7 games have been decided by 4 points or fewer, and you kind of get that feeling this game is kind of going to resemble that.
I know when I coached, I was scared to death when you played somebody that was at the bottom of the league or hadn't had a win, because most every team is going to have at least one game during the year that they play well, and what you hate, you just don't want it to be against you, and one win for them is their Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that's how they're going to look at it. And you let them hang around. It's best if you can mash them early. And it looked like maybe we were going to do that. But this quarterback change has shot some juice back into them. You get that big, long run, and then he follows it up with a really nice touchdown pass. And listen, this is going to be a dogfight. It ain't going to be easy.
Cat fight.
Sorry about that.
Bobcats in the mountain line.
These colors here for Wesleyan, I don't know if you noticed, but if you're a Summers County native, it's exact same thing that Summers County has, and I think there must have been a Wesleyan grad that established that down there.
Alexander Dehart sends it deep. Clark gets under it inside the 10. Will bring it out. Clark with some room and some speed. I don't think they're going to get him. He is gone. Curtis Clark, 90 yards to pay dirt for the Concord touchdown.
92-yard kickoff.
I tell you, this game here, you can't turn your head. I mean, just every play, something crazy is getting ready to happen. That was just a beautiful job. He shot through the first line of defense, and then he had one guy to beat. I don't know if it was the kicker or not. And he just gave him a quick juke and spread down the sideline. And then, like you said, after that, it was just a horse race. And we had the thoroughbred that time.
That is Clark's first special teams touchdown of the season.
Again, a freshman.
Here comes the grad student, Kenyon Bowyer, for the extra point. Concord wasting no time, taking the lead back. Bowyer will stick it through. And so 14-7 now your score with 6:22 remaining in the first quarter. Boy, it's been an action-packed first quarter. 92-yard kickoff return. We've seen a 52-yard run that sets Wesleyan up for a touchdown. This is the shootout that we kind of love.
Yeah, we got the quarterback running touchdowns from 40 yards out. And then there's been some really nice pass plays. There's also been some really good defensive plays, some big hits. So, like you said, who knows? But I tell you, when you can score on special teams, man, that helps you. And it'd be interesting to look and see how many times when teams block a kick or return a kick or have a big play in the kicking game, I think it has a big impact on winning.
Concord really trying to establish the run game. Really haven't seen a lot of passing. Mizell threw the interception on the second play of the game. A lot of legs since then.
Yeah, well, that was really just a nice play. They had a corner on one side and they had a safety back came over and intercepted that ball. And but the nice thing, it doesn't seem to have bothered Mizell. What really helped us was being able to run the ball. So now the big thing we got to do here, first of all, don't let them run one back on us. Now, I think that Bowyer is I can't tell if he's the kicker or not. I'm not sure who this kicker is. We've been doing a lot of pooch kicks, sky kicks.
This is a sky kick fielded by Hayward. Around the 14, Hayward tries to answer back.
Tell you what.
And this is probably going to be a face mask as the flag flies. We had a good look at it here on the near side as Eli Sutherland looks like may have gotten a little too much helmet.
Well, here you go again. They caught that ball on about the 15. That was an excellent run back.
All right, so it's going to be a hold. So I got to apologize to Mr. Sutherland. He had a hand right up there against the mask, and I don't think he grabbed it. But typically, if you touch it.
Yeah. I'm sure Wesleyan's thinking, man, how come this kind of stuff always happens to us? Here we have a good play. Look like you're going to have the ball at the 50. Now you're backed up to the 25.
Second penalty of the game for the Bobcats.
Is this Landers in the quarterback?
It is.
Okay.
Logan Landers, a senior from Ellesmere, Kentucky. Handoff, again, trying to get outside the tackles. Running back by committee. We have a new running back in the game. That's Clarence Curran.
I tell you, that's a good run right there. They had three receivers in a bunch out to the left side, and that draws a lot of attention out there, and he just kind of able to slip just around the tackle there. That's a good positive run.
Enough to move the chains, first down. Here's a handoff going up the middle and get 3 to 4 yards on the play as once again that's Curran on the carry.
Yeah, I think that's Nehemiah Scott on the tackle.
Well, Nehemiah Scott's been a lot of fun to watch. Career high 13 tackles on the road last week. 5th time this season with 10 or more tackles in a game.
Yeah, he's just had a really good year for us. He was good for us last year.
Landers fires, pass is caught. Concord trying to rip the ball out of the midst of Strobridge, but to no avail. 11-yard gain and a first down.
This Landers seems very comfortable back in the pocket. He stepped back, threw that ball in there to, I don't know if it was a tight end or tight end type. And again, very positive play. They're hurting us running the ball, and the run's kind of setting up the pass.
Getting Landers in the game has made a difference here for Wesleyan's offense. First and 10 from the 47. He'll loft it out in space. Oh, what a play. Went right over the top. Concord defender leaping there at the knees of Mr. Curran, and he goes airborne.
Yeah, looked like we had that covered, and he just made a really nice play. Avoided the first guy and then jumped over the second one. He just wasn't able to keep his balance, but, 4-yard gain on what should have been a loss.
Cleared for takeoff. Got trips to the right, bunched up just inside the numbers. 4-yard gain on the Curran run. We'll give it to him once again. Tries to get outside the tackles. Concord sniffs it out. You saw Corey Ratcliffe really rushing to get there to beat him to the spot.
Yeah, and he kind of got out to the outside edge and made him turn back inside. That was just a real good defensive play. So I'd say we're probably going to get some kind of a pass play here now. 3rd and 5.
All right, Mount Line defense has made a stand once today, forcing Bobcats to a 3-and-out. Can they do it again? Landers back to throw. Landers gets rid of it down the sideline and to no avail. Had the double coverage there. Concord converging on the intended target along the far sideline.
We got a little bit of pressure on him that time, but still, he did his job. That ball hit that receiver's hands.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been a really good catch. He had to extend, but if you get both hands on it, you're supposed to catch it.
That was the freshman Zayden Parker, the intended target. So Concord holds on 3rd down and forces a punt. And back here, you guys already got a kickoff return touchdown from 92 yards. And Curtis Clark stands back just outside the 10-yard line. D. Hart gets a nice high hanger, fair caught at the 8-yard line. Nicely done here by the Wesleyan special teams as Alexander D. Hart put a hanger up there. Clark really had no choice but to fair catch it.
Yeah, that was a nice kick that time. His first punt was nothing to write home about, but that one there was excellent kick. And anytime you can kick it to him, you get it inside the 10, and there's no return, you're doing your job.
For sure, Concord's offense will return. Offense has a touchdown. It's 37-yard run by Mizell. And then, of course, Concord special teams, we mentioned just a second ago, 92-yard kickoff return by Clark. Offense back on. A 4-receiver set on 1st and 10. We hand it off to Lucky Dowdy with the head of steam, pushing the pile, and the rugby scrum ensues. And Lucky Dowdy's fired up out to the 26-yard line.
That was just an excellent run. We were spread out with 4 wide receivers, and then we just kind of hit him off tackle there, and we got a seam for him, and then he did the rest. Nice job by Lucky Dowdy.
Lucky Dowdy gets 18 on the carry. Mizell being very patient. You love his presence in the pocket. He's very, very intelligent. On 1st and 10, Mizell. Plenty of time. Now on the run. And he'll take it if you give it to him, and wisely jogs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup and a Concord first down.
And again, the beauty of it, he got the yardage that he needed and didn't take a hit. Mizell is very poised. Even if he's got to throw a ball away, he'll throw it away. He doesn't run every time, just when the defense gives it to him.
Concord quickly gets back up to the line of scrimmage. Mizell going to take a shot over the top, down the sideline. That pass is nearly caught. Quay Moore was there, but couldn't hang on.
Again, I said, talked about the Wesleyan receiver. That would have been a hard catch for Quay right there. But I bet if you talk to him, he'll feel like he should have got it. He was able to get his hands on that ball too. And most of the time this year, he's caught those kind. He really has.
Coach Concord's Dominic Collins has been out with injury. He was leading the nation early in the season in receiving. Mm-hmm. And so with his absence, they've been looking at guys like Quay Moore more often. 7 catches, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns last week against Glenville. It's his first multi-touchdown game at Concord. Play is blown dead.
Somebody called timeout.
Got a timeout on the field. We will take the timeout as well. 2:25 remaining opening quarter. 14-7. Mountain Lions lead Wesleyan here at home. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network as well as WVVA TV.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mountain Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
Touchdown driving here, 4th and short during the break. We were back on Israel Rhodes with a nice run. Mizell threw a screen into the turf, and here we go on 4th and short. Concord keeps its offense on the field. They'll go to Rhodes, finds a seam, and got just enough. Needed a yard. In fact, he squeaked out almost 4.
We had that double tight end set up there. It looks like a inverted wishbone. You notice where you have the tailback deep and you have two tight ends standing up like wingbacks on either side of him there. And what that does, it balances the formation, so they got to try to cover both sides. They can't overload to one side. That was a good, positive run right there. I'm glad to see Rhodes back in the game.
Mountain Lions with 89 yards on the ground here to start the afternoon. I like Cody Edwards going for it there, just making a gutsy call up near midfield on 4th and 1. Of course, if you don't know Cody Edwards, he's the new head coach here at Concord. We'll meet him coming up at halftime. Mizell takes a shot, and it's caught by Quay Moore at the 24-yard line. That'll move the chains. Another big play for Quay Moore.
You know, I ought to mention here, too, with Jason Zimmerman, who's our offensive coordinator, coached at Wesleyan last year. So we've got people that have had experience on both sides. They all know where the cafeteria is on both conferences, or both schools.
Burrell lined up to the near side of the field. We saw a target to him early. Lucky Dowdy ducks his head, pulls a defender inside the 15, refuses to go down, and Lucky Dowdy races to the 1-yard line. 23-yard gain on the play.
That was a tremendous run right there. He broke several tackles, and just one of those deals where he refused to go down. Very nearly got it in the end zone. I'm anxious to see if they go with this double tight end formation here down on the goal line. They've got the two of them in. They got them both lined up on the left side into the quarter.
We're going to have to wait to watch this goal line play till quarter number 2. It's the end of the first here in Athens. Concord driving on the 2-yard line, up by a score. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
It's time for Trivia Timeout, where we test your knowledge of all things Concord University. Question number 1. In what year was Concord State Normal School founded? The answer is 1872. The college was established to train teachers for public schools in southern West Virginia, beginning classes on May 10, 1875, with 70 students. Question number 2. Before becoming Athens in 1906, what was the town originally called? The answer is Concord Church. Named after a local church near the school, the area was later renamed Athens to reflect the classical tradition of education. And our third and final question, during World War II, what military role did cadets train and earn college credit at Concord to become? And the answer is Army pilots. Concord partnered with the U.S. Army Air Forces to provide a pre-flight training program, allowing cadets to prepare for aviation service. Stay tuned for more Concord trivia coming up. It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu.
And could make it a 14-point lead as the Mountain Lions will go first and goal from the 2-yard line. Rashad Lucky Dowdy in the backfield along with quarterback Mizell. Lucky Dowdy stretches, trying to get to the end zone. We'll have a flag, and I got a feeling this is coming back on a holding call there for Concord. That was Isnaden on the hold. He's big, 6'4", 230-pound tight end, and was holding on for dear life there.
Yeah, we had he and Grant Cochran both on that left side. And, that whole deal on holding, if they don't call it, it's a great play.
Yeah.
When they do call it, you say, what's he doing? But, we'll see. The offense is going to have to work for this here.
Mountain Lions known to pass the ball. Mizell just 1 of 4 on the afternoon. Really haven't thrown it much. Mountain Lions with 124 yards on the ground to start the game. Mizell to throw. Flushed out of the pocket on the run. He has green grass in front of him to the 5. Racing to the end zone. It's another Concord touchdown.
I tell you, he just has great acceleration. He was kind of extending the play to the right and kept looking, and finally he just saw green grass, and, man, he just burst through it. It's another touchdown quarterback run where he never was touched.
Here comes Bowyer for the extra point. Mizell as good as advertised. Bowyer for 1. And he's got it, 14:34 remaining first half. Your score 21-7, Mountain Lions on top of Wesleyan. This is Concord Football. It's on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and WVVA TV.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mountain Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
We say Concord Church. If you were watching during one of our previous breaks, a little bit of Concord trivia and timeout trivia. And Athens was originally named Concord Church after a local church and later became Athens.
That's exactly right. I used to walk by the building every morning, and I lived here in college housing. And pretty neat tradition there. It's always been important. Learning has always been important, and church has always been important here. And when they changed the name, they changed it to Athens, I guess, another place that learning was important.
All right, Concord with a score. And so up 21-7 here in the first half. Deep kick, angled toward the sideline. It's going to roll out of bounds. And so Wesleyan will get the ball out on the 35-yard line. We're talking about Cody Edwards. He came here from Western Carolina. He's a great guy, very personable. We'll have a conversation with just about anybody he meets. Loves the game of football. And this season, he has really competed in a lot of games. And you couldn't ask for anything better in your first year as a head coach of a university. You come in, you put a great roster together, and you've been competitive all season.
Really have, and he's taken over at a time where Concord had come through some rough times and hadn't played well, hadn't had winning teams. And this team was noticeably better right from the beginning. We haven't won all the games, but we've been competitive in all of them.
Logan Landers will stay in as quarterback. He's kind of led the charge. Did not start this afternoon. Play action. Landers back to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. It's a sack for Palenko in the backfield, the junior from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, that was really nice. Cody Ratliff there, too, started out 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and by the time the ball was snapped, he was back about 30 yards. He was sprinting back out of there and, just kind of disguising the coverage. That's where he gets a lot of these interceptions.
Landers wanted to take the shot downfield. He didn't get it with Palenko standing in. 5-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 15. Stretch play to the far side.
Good run.
Yeah, it's a run of around 5 yards for West Virginia Wesleyan and Jaden Williams. Jaden from Charlotte.
11-yard gain by Jaden Williams, brought down by
Mount Lions averaging 10.5 yards per carry on the ground, and Wesleyan averaging 4.2 yards per carry.
Big third down right here. See if we can get off the field. Uh-oh.
3rd and 4, and that was Palenko trying to time the jump.
Yeah, we were offsides there.
Yep, no doubt about it. And it's probably the easiest call this officiating crew is going to have today, right?
Well, if I can call it from up here, I guarantee you it should be easy for them.
Yep.
But, I don't know if he did something with his cadence there or whatever. But, again, Landers a pretty decent quarterback. They have obviously been better with him in there.
Well, on 3rd and 4, that's the easiest way to get the first down is bait the defense to an offsides. Mount Lions lead by 14, 1st and 10 from the 46. Once again, a stretch play. Trying to get outside the tackles. And Brody Rice bumps the ball carrier Williams out of bounds, but he picks up the first down on his way.
Yeah, we lost contain that time. And, man, when he got around that end, he's got some jets too. And
So
what started out, it's coming back. Must have called a hold, huh? That's why he got to the edge.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to get a little help, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
A little too much help there.
Again, that's when things aren't going well for you, and it's going tough for Wesleyan this year. It just seems like that's the kind of stuff that happens to you. You make a really good play, a positive play, Next thing you know, there's a flag on the ground and you're walking the other direction.
It is a hold, so now negates the run. First down and 20. Moves the ball all the way back to the Concord Wesleyan 36. First and long. Landers back, throws. That pass is caught, immediately taken down. Is the guy who made the catch. That's Amir Harris.
That was nice. That was a good throw, good catch.
Catch for Amir Harris, tackled by Torrin Kemp. 2nd and 10 now.
Torrin Kemp came up and put him on the ground, but they made up about 10 yards right there. 2nd and 10 now.
Torrin Kemp's been a lot of fun to watch throughout the season. You got 10 yards of that lost back. Landers ahead, and boy, great defensive play on behalf of the Mountain Lions. Ian Ryans lays the wood right at the last second, jarred the ball loose.
Yeah, that would definitely, I would think, be a pass breakup because he had the ball right in the guy's hands and looked like he was going to retain it, and he just jarred it loose.
What a big play that is, too, because otherwise it put the ball on Concord's 45. You'd be looking at a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you're right. Another big 3rd down here.
Stacked receivers to the far side. 3rd and 10. Landers under pressure. Down he goes. He lost the football. And Wesleyan able to dive on it. He got hit from the blind side by Chris Williams. Big Chris got him from the backside.
Man, that was like a jailbreak there. I mean, he came around the corner that time. You talk about not getting touched. I felt bad for Landers there because he hit him right in the back. Thank goodness he didn't hit him in the head.
Yeah.
And jarred the ball out, but they were able to get back on it. But defense did a great job there that time. Concord's getting the ball back. Got Clark back, who's obviously a threat to go someplace with it.
Has a 92-yard kickoff return under his belt this afternoon. Clark at the 18-yard line. Dances, trying to get to the sideline, gets hemmed in there, and will bump him out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Media timeout. We'll step away. Glad to have you along. What a great afternoon here for college football in Athens. Mountain Lions lead 21-7 with 11:21 to play in our opening half. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA television.
This holiday season, celebrate with Chick-fil-A catering trays. From strip trays to fruit trays and even chill nugget trays, you can heat and serve when the moment is right. We've got catering covered for any occasion. Big gatherings or small get-togethers, make hosting easier with the flavor everyone loves. Order today through the Chick-fil-A app because every occasion deserves a little Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A Princeton, making memories one tray at a time. It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu. Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student-athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time.
Is in favor of Concord University. Now, don't rush off anywhere because I'm telling you, this game is far from being over. In fact, last season, Nehemiah Scott and Riker Brown from Concord teamed up for a safety with less than a minute to go for a 2-point win. And the history continues of close games. Mizell on first down and 10. Trying to bait the defense with that hard snap count, but he baited his own guy.
Yeah, bless his heart. That's Antonio Smith. He's the nicest guy in the world. Always smile and always speaks to you. And that seems like the kind of guy that'll get his name called out here. And that's the only time they call your name out as an offensive lineman is if you do something wrong. That's a shame there. But that offensive line today, I think, has been very positive.
Smith is 6'7", 350-pounder from Miami. First and 15. Mizell, little shovel pass forward. A great catch. And that was Heller, who gets upended at the 33-yard line. Boy, what a play.
I'm telling you. I wonder, is that still Heller, or have they changed that number? That looks like a smaller person. I wonder if that's somebody. I don't know. We'll have to go with Heller because that's what's on the thing.
And Burrell lines up here to the bottom of your screen. Israel Rhodes tries to create.
Yeah.
Spins out to get some more yardage.
Maybe Heller's been on Ozempic or something. I don't know, but he doesn't look as big to me.
And all of a sudden, I want to sing the jingle out loud.
I didn't think it was the same person, but maybe it is. Could be.
Flag lies on the field on the far side.
Another penalty.
Well, all right, so your repeat second down costs you 5 yards, negates the Israel Rhodes run, so pulls the ball back to the 28.
See, usually that's a tight end or a receiver that's not all the way up on the line. All of a sudden they say you get too many people in the backfield.
Rhodes will stay there in the backfield with Mizell. Concord, twins to each side. Mizell to throw, fires.
Oh, yes.
He finds Concepcion in the middle of the field and into Bobcat territory. Gets rolled up there just inside the 45 at the 43. A huge play there. Mizell to Concepcion.
Man, that was a great throw, great catch, and good run after the catch. I think it's the first time we've called Concepcion's name today. But
yeah, first catch of the afternoon for Concepcion, redshirt freshman from New York. Moves the ball to the 43. First down and 10. Rhodes with the head of steam got called up there. And down he goes at the hands of Eric Watson, the linebacker.
Yeah, defense did a pretty good job that time, kind of swarming to him. We got him like 2-yard gain there. Best thing was Rhodes protected the ball. That's what he's got to keep on his mind.
Second down and 8. This Wesleyan front is pretty nasty. They got a couple of guys who combine for 6 sacks on the season. Riley Slaughter and Keemon Jefferson. Boy, what a football name for a defender. Slaughter.
Deep.
Mizell takes his shot. Man's there trying to get it. That's Quay Moore. And just couldn't get to the football. Played nicely there by the corner.
Yeah, it was good defense. And Quay did a good job that time trying to adjust back to the ball. Almost had to kind of come back up in underneath of the defender, and, you know, that was just been about an impossible catch. But he made a good effort.
A beautiful sidestep. Man, defender was closing in. That's probably a guy you don't want to get hit by, as Percy Frederick, the 220-pounder, was approaching, and Mizell had a nice sidestep there. He's been phenomenal today. We talked about last week coming out of his shell with the run game at 128 yards at Glenville, and well, he's picked up here this afternoon where he left off last week.
I just love his judgment because, you know, it's not like he's back there and then just one look he takes off running, but he takes his time and picks his spots.
First and 10. Following the Mizell run, here's Lucky Dowdy. The screen pass, Concepcion. Try to get a block there And you saw out there in the flat area was upset with himself, Rodney Mike, and let go of that block a little too early, and the play went nowhere.
That's one of those plays, if you're coaching the defense, you say, well, he defeated the block. And, I'm sure Mizell didn't want to get called for holding, but that was a good defensive play right there because that could have been a nice run.
Snap. Mizell rolls, throws. That's a tough pass to make. Quay Moore winds up with the football, and that'll move the chains.
Quay had to go down to catch that ball. Mizell threw it on the run, and, he was running fast. I thought it was going to be another one of his scramble plays. That must be the run-pass option deal.
That was a gain of 10. Just a quick flip there by Mizell.
Yeah, again, it's just a nice play. Mike can catch this ball, too, number 23. He's caught a touchdown for us this year.
That's Rodney Mike he speaks of here on the near side. Lucky Dowdy with a cutback and upended inside the 15, right near that first down marker.
Now that time, again, there was a hole in the middle of that line. The offensive line right now is doing a really good job.
Lucky Dowdy brought down by Austin Dixon.
And Concord's averaging right at 10 yards per carry on the day. That one goes for about 8.5.
Yeah, that was nice. Short yardage situation here, but also we're threatening the end zone.
Lucky Dowdy pushing for that first down. He's right there, should have it. We were talking earlier, typically back in the day you would have that one dominant guy that you would just run over and over and over. And now you're seeing it, it's really trending in football everywhere, high school, college, even some in pro, where you don't have that one guy you run all the time. You're just doing it by committee, and you'll put one guy in who runs a series, another guy runs a series, and then you may alternate a little bit as Israel Rhodes checks in, replacing Lucky Dowdy.
I think it's smart because I tell you, that's a position where there's a lot of wear and tear. That's why in running backs and the pros usually only last about 4 years. And this way, if you can spread it out over different people, you got a better chance of keeping them.
Play clock to 8. Concepcion on a jet sweep with a nice cutback and gets to the 10-yard line.
Good defensive play there, though. They wouldn't let him get around the end. They forced him to cut back, end up holding it to a short gain because he's got the speed. If he got around that end, he probably would have taken it to the end zone. So I feel like that was a really good defensive play there.
It was Harris Jefferson on the stop there, like you said, made a nice play to get up inside of traffic and make the tackle. 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8. Mizell stands in the pocket. Mizell got hit, able to hang onto the football there for half a second. I thought he had dropped the football.
I tell you, they tried to strip it. That was a really nice play, but for Wesleyan, number 45.
Mizell brought down in the backfield.
I can't say that name. You're going to have to help me. Oh, yeah, I was looking at the guy ahead of me. Cayman Jefferson. That's not hard. It's whoever number 44 is. I'm not going to call his name. But, no, nice play again by the Wesleyan defense. Last time I think I said Concord, but the Wesleyan defense had 2 nice plays in a row.
Comes a big third down play. 3rd and 13. Mizell has a lot of time on a crossing route. Concepcion to the 5-yard line.
That looked like a horse collar or something, man. His head jerked around there.
Thought we'd get a little love there from the far sideline official.
Must not have been. The official was standing right there, but, boy, he went down funny. Now, it's interesting. This is 4th down. We'll see if we're going to try to kick it. Now, I believe we're going to try to go for it. Again, got Grant Cochran coming in, so we'll have our double tight end set up. Now, this is the same lineup that we had the last time, that we had a positive run, but we got called for holding. Again, both tight ends are lined up to the left side. Now we got a timeout.
All right, Concord takes a timeout. And perhaps a little more time to make a big decision. you don't want to make a mistake here, and sometimes you want to talk it over, so Concord will burn the timeout. Concord, of course, right now is next to last in the conference, 2-5 on the year, 1-4 in conference play. Wesleyan still looking for that first win, 0-8 overall, and 0-5 in Mountain East Conference play. Frostburg State out of Maryland is number 1 right now, 6-1 record, 4-1 in the conference, followed by Charleston and Wheeling in the top 3. I guess the good news is Concord's played most of the teams in the upper echelon, so an opportunity to finish the season strong.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we've played some good teams. I would throw Glenville in there, too. I thought Glenville was really impressive. I mean, they can just score. That's a big thing. They had good quarterback play, good runners, and they had a big tight end that we couldn't do anything with. And I know they're the one team that has beaten Frostburg. So I would think I would throw them in there with those top teams. But you're right. These are people that we can at least play with. Now, I'm not saying we're going to win all these games, but these are people that we should be competitive with as we close it out.
Concord decides to put the kicker Bowyer on, who will attempt a field goal. This will be a 24-yarder for Bowyer. Kicks away, and that kick is through the sticks. 3:41 remaining. Mountain Lions extend the lead, 24-7. Mizell 7 for 11 on the afternoon. He did throw the one interception, and so he's completed 63% of his passes, but really it's been Mizell's footwork that has been the difference. 6 carries for 70 net yards. Mizell himself, this is a quarterback averaging almost 12 yards per carry, has 2 touchdowns on the ground today.
Well, I just think he's played a tremendous all-around quarterback game here, and this running yardage, man, he's just added that because he's one of the. At one time, he was the leading passer in Division II, and he's still got to be up in the stats. And now when you add this running dimension, he gets up there where it's like talking about Lamar Jackson or something like that, trying to defend these guys that can do both. And the thing about him when he runs, now he's not a power runner, but he has breakaway speed, which he has demonstrated. And I didn't realize he had that, but he does.
Strobridge and Hayward back deep to return the kickoff following Concord's 24-yard field goal.
And again, we've had problems with these kickoffs. And, you can tell they're not scared. They're standing on the 5-yard line.
This one angled to the far side, picked up at the 11-yard line. And that will be Hayward, who punches the ball out close to the 40-yard line. Nice return there.
See, they got out to the 40. Now, when you kick the ball out of bounds, everyone says, oh, no, that's terrible. They're going to get it at the 35. But this guy here got clear to the 40, and he caught that ball on, about the 10?
Yep.
And,
Bobcats will take over at the 4.
yeah, a guy that can kick it in the end zone or kick it down in the coffin corner there where you got a chance to cover it is really, really valuable. And I know years that we've had really good teams at Concord, we've had people who could do that.
I like the way you said that, the coffin corner where nobody lives.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 40. Landers back to throw.
Deep.
Put some air under it. That pass is nearly intercepted. It is broken up by Ryans. Ryans has been very active here for the Concord secondary this afternoon and almost had an INT there.
I tell you, Ryans did a great job because I thought that was a touchdown right there. They dropped the ball right in. It was a tall receiver, and he had a step on us, and then he just closed and raked the ball out, basically, kind of like a basketball player stripping the ball from their opponent. That was a big play by Ryans.
Concord secondary, 31 pass breakups this season coming into the game.
Here we go.
And Concord with a tackle for a loss in the backfield. Xavier Ellison, we've called his name a lot this season. He makes a big explosive play and a tackle for loss.
I tell you, he's just an athlete there at that linebacker spot. He's got speed. And he's the kind of guy who makes tackles for losses, and he did it there.
Yeah, for sure. Mason White, as soon as he touched the ball and tried to make his move, sprinting out to the flat area, was met there by Ryans. Under 3 to play before halftime. Coming up at the break, we'll give you stats and numbers, plus we'll introduce you to Concord's new head coach, Cody Edwards, coming up at halftime. 3rd and long, 3rd and 14. Landers under pressure. Titus Bridges closing in. Here comes Nehemiah Scott, and he forces him out of bounds. Great job by Scott to really pursue the play and push him to the sideline.
I tell you, I thought Landers was going to have time to do something, but boy, Scott closed so quickly that it came at him like he intended to knock him out. And I think Landers did the smart thing, try to get out of bounds there. That was just good defense that time.
So Concord has 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning coming up, so plenty of opportunity here to extend the lead before the break. That's a high boomer for Clark. He fair catches it out at the 22. And when you get those high kicks like that, not a lot you can do. You give your coverage team time to get down there. So nice job by Wesleyan's punt unit. Bryson Johnston, the sophomore from Buchanan.
Yeah, I was glad to see Clark do that. Now, we had some people from the crowd but moaning and groaning because it looked like he had room to return that. But if there's any doubt in your mind, go ahead and take this because we want to get the ball back to the offense. We've got 2 minutes to go. And this offense, we can go down and get some more points here. I think he made the right play. He's already shown that he can get your yardage running the ball. Looks like he's going to come in the game, play a little bit of tailback here.
I feel like this Concord team has been just a little extra hungry today. Mm-hmm. An opportunity to get a win at home, and like what I see on the field. Curtis Clark in the backfield gets a handoff from Mizell, and so he'll get 3 yards on the first down carry, fighting for yardage out there. The hole closed quickly.
And he's, the 3rd or 4th tailback we've used today.
Brings us to the 2-minute time out. We'll step away. 24-7 is your score. Back in a moment with the last 2 minutes of the first half. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mount Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
Concord leading 24-7 here in Athens. Glad to have you along. Jason Reed alongside Steve Cox. Curtis Clark there in the backfield. Mizell looks, throws to Burrell on the near side. And they'll say he stepped out of bounds, I do believe. Or they'll give him forward progress there, which if you step out of bounds in this situation, it's not a bad thing as the clock would stop.
No, I thought it was probably a good thing. I know he was trying. You're going to need like 2 yards for the first down. He was trying to get it, but I'd say we need the time. Hopefully we can pick it up on this play.
Yeah, 3rd and short here. Mizell ready to go. Clark dancing. Got hit, and he'll get a yard. And so Concord will have a 4th down situation. So, do you dare? I mean, you got a 24-7 lead, but I don't know if you want to do anything that risky.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a good place to. You don't want to give them the ball right here. And we got what? Got a couple times. We got a 3-score lead, basically. And I think if it's me, I'd punt it.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get Zach Moyer ready to enter the game. Get a feeling here Concord will probably take a timeout, running some clock down. And Concord gets a timeout with 1:05 to play in the first half. Coach, it's been a fun first half, at least for Mountain Lion fans it has. And you kind of scratched your head at the start. You had Mizell on the opening drive, throw the interception. Concord's defense holds on a 3 and out. And so the ensuing play following the punt, Israel Rhodes coughs the ball up. Wesleyan gets it back. You're going, okay, we've got 2 possessions and 2 turnovers, but since then, man, have they rebounded 24-7.
Yeah, they really have had some long plays, explosive plays. One thing about that first interception, all interceptions aren't created equal.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was like a deep ball, and when the guy caught it, we were able to tackle him immediately, so it was almost like a punt. And Mizell, if that kind of stuff bothers him, he does not show it. He just keeps his poise, doesn't act like he's too torn up over it. And then shortly after, that's when he broke his long touchdown run, the first one there. And the things have been kind of going our way since then. Now, the quarterback change for Wesleyan helped them for a time, first couple of possessions. Landers did, I thought, a nice job. But, yeah, I think this is the right football play here. We're getting ready to punt this ball back to him.
Zach Moyer will punt the ball. Back deep for Wesleyan is Dobson. Moyer gets the punt away, angles it toward the sideline.
Good punt.
Takes a Mountain Lion roll, and it continues to roll. Beautiful punt.
Yeah.
And Concord pins them inside the 20 at the 16. Nicely done by Zach Moyer. He's a redshirt freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, the pride of Mallard Creek High School, and he's helped his Concord team here pin Wesleyan deep and only leaves them 53 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that was, I think, just almost a perfect punt for this situation. He angled the ball away from the return guy, kicked it low, and he took advantage. He got a kind bounce as it rolled forward. They didn't get to return it. Now they're taking over on like the 16.
All right, don't give up the big, explosive play. That's the name of the game. Keep the ball in front of you here. As Logan Landers, a senior, will dig in with Wesleyan's offense. 53 seconds on the clock. Williams in the backfield. It's a rush play to the near side. He'll step out of bounds. Each 5 seconds off the clock there. Short yard gain, if any.
Concord has extra defensive backs in the game right now, and that time we had Miles Pratt, number 31, really playing like a linebacker. And, we got some speed. Again, I like this strategy because hopefully you give up a run. You don't want to give up anything over your head. You want to make sure if they catch a ball, they catch it in front of you.
Got 1 yard out of the play. Landers fires. Pass is caught. And that's Hayward. Hayward goes down near the first down marker. Was chased down along the far sideline by Torrin Kemp.
Yeah, that's a good play by Kemp. Again, kept him. He just didn't allow the long play. I think they may have gotten a first down, but that's all right. 39 seconds left. They're still 70-some yards away. And that's what you want to do. You want to bend but not break stuff here right before the half. You just don't want to give up anything over the top. And again, like I said, any play that they make, you want to keep them in front. It's kind of like in basketball. You want to keep the offensive man in front of you and make him have to shoot over you. Same principle here. You want to keep him in front of you and then get a tackle. Hold them to a short game and don't give up the long one.
Coach, we mentioned this in pregame, but want to mention it once again. We have heavy hearts today. And thinking about the family of Tom Bone III, Tom was a graduate mid-'70s of Concord University, spent 20 years here as a public information officer here on campus, went into journalism, was working for the Bluefield Daily Telegraph for a number of years. I think he retired like 20 years ago, and he's continued to work and do what he enjoyed doing. Lived an incredible life. Of course, he was a public address announcer for Concord football and basketball. And it was hard walking into the booth this afternoon and not seeing Tom, and we'll definitely keep his family in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, we've lost a couple big ones, and Tom Bone and Bill Offsen these last few weeks.
Landers throws and incomplete. The defense really pushed him out and on the run. That's a tough throw to make, especially nearing the sideline.
Yeah, it really is. Getting back on Tom Bone, he's just such a good person, and I worked with him for years, and then when he got into kind of the sports writer phase of his career, would never misquote you, always wanted to give credit, hardly ever said anything critical, and just the kind of guy that you could believe what he wrote down. And he's just a good guy, and he's a special person, and we are going to miss him.
Landers on 2nd and 10. Take a shot to the sideline, caught for a first down to Jordan Hayward.
Again, that's not that bad a play.
Like you said, just keep the ball in front of you. Just don't give up the big over-the-top play.
Keep it in front of you and try to make them have to drive the whole length of the field. Now, I'm sure they'd like to get up here where they can at least get a chance for a field goal. But you don't want to give up the deep one.
From Petersburg, West Virginia. You want to talk about size, 6'5", 225, who delivered the blow.
Yeah, it's great to see Biggs in there. Also, Chris Williams on the other end. Cody's getting a lot of kids in the game and playing some of these younger ones, and it's really interesting to see them. Titus Bridges in there. Of course, he's been playing all year long, but, Biggs, I think, just probably needs some weight. But he's got the frame, and he can move, too.
2nd and 10. Landers now going to pull a Mizell, a tuck and run. They give him plenty of room, got a block ahead of him. And flirting now with field goal range. Not quite there yet with 17 seconds to go.
No, watching NFL football is what spoils you on that. If this was the NFL, they're in field goal range. But at our level, you got to get on up here to about the 25, to give yourself a chance, 30 anyway. And so we got 17 seconds left. And again, defense just needs to keep on doing what they're doing.
Same formation. Landers takes a shot over the top, has the man, and he overthrew the target. Boy, and he had some space. That's Tadarius Strobridge.
He did.
He overshot there and had a couple of steps on the defense.
Yeah, he was, again, running right up the numbers. Like a seam route or whatever, and again, that was just about a foot too long, and the kid, had a step on the defender. That would have been a really nice play.
Freezes the clock with 12 seconds.
We got two deep safeties.
Again, if you're Wesleyan, you just want field goal territory here. Landers to the sideline. It's caught the 36-yard line. And so here's a question. Are we close enough yet to attempt? I don't think so.
I'd be surprised, but again, I don't know their personnel, but just judging from their kickoffs and stuff like that, I'd be surprised they get somebody who can make a field goal from this far out.
It'd be a 58-yarder. So offense will have one more shot here to the end zone. All right. Got to add 6 seconds to the game clock, which is a game changer because you go from 4 seconds to 10 here. So if you get a pass to the sideline, you still have a timeout to use as well. Excuse me, they have used all their timeouts.
Yeah, it'd be a nice time to get a sack here. But you need to do it with your front four because you hate to send linebackers or something right now because really what we've got is extra defensive backs in there playing.
Sorry, I thought he said to add 6 seconds. He said to change the clock to 6 seconds.
Oh.
So that makes a difference from 10 seconds to 6 seconds.
Sure does.
In halftime, we're going to introduce you to head coach Cody Edwards and also have a word with him on the sideline. Our very own Samantha Fields is there. I want you to understand that our producer and director today are Concord professors and William Bailey and Larry Mars, two of the best guys in the business. But everything that you see on the screen is actually produced by the Concord students. We have Nate here doing a great job behind us, helping direct us here in the booth. This is a phenomenal thing for Concord to be on, WVVA on local television, to give these students an opportunity to really get their feet wet in the world of media. But looks great on a resume to say that you've helped produce these kind of games. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's a hidden gem here at Concord. Is the communications department. If you go take a tour, they have a nice TV studio. They've got a radio station over there, production facilities. It is phenomenal.
Well, and we talk all the time about, do you get real-world experience? And the kids are getting real-world experience here, as well as great instruction in the classroom.
Absolutely. 3rd and 4, 6 seconds to go. Lost one to the sideline. Boy, great play called up by the visitor sideline. Triplett makes the grab. And this will be about a 47, 48-yarder if they wanted to kick it. I think they're just going to take maybe a shot here to the end zone.
Yeah, I think we're going to go Hail Mary time here. Let's see. Now we're changing personnel.
You're going to try. Hey, listen, why not, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I would just go ahead.
The only bad thing here would be if we block and pick it up and run it all the way back.
It's a 48-yard field goal attempt. Concord has one timeout to burn, and they will. Here's the thing. They got the snap and the kick away before the timeout. It was short, but you know what? At least you get a warm-up kick, right?
That's exactly
You typically don't get a warm-up kick.
No, that's a good warm-up, no question about that. What a lot of times will happen, again, I don't know this kicker, but the farther out that you kick the ball, there's a tendency to want to really drive it. And when you do that, a lot of times you don't get it up in the air. So you can get blocks on these kinds of kicks. We got a couple kids with some height. I don't know if they practice, but old Biggs there, he's about 6'6", and he's 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
You might want to put him in the middle. And now you're not allowed to climb up on people's backs. You're not allowed to jump over top of people. But you just go vertical right there, kind of like the rule of verticality. Grant Cochran would be another one that you could put in there. Kind of like a volleyball block. All you got to do is just get a finger on something like that. And, we were laughing, talking about, you notice here, they're sending Curtis Clark back to the end zone. If you remember Auburn and Alabama that year,
yes,
when Nick Saban tried the long field goal and Auburn ran it all the way back out of the end zone.
Here's the freshman, D. Hart, a 48-yard field goal attempt. 3 seconds on the clock. Flags fly. And this will be against.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this almost kills your chance here. You got 1 second. You almost bring your.
Yeah, they're not going to try to kick it now.
Just take a shot.
That was their shot. I tell you, see, again, that's the kind of stuff that just kills you. I mean, it was a long shot anyway, but then you're going to get a penalty called and take away even the long shot.
1st and 15 now for the Bobcats from the 36.
All right, from the 36, they'll have one shot to the end zone.
Now, this could be dangerous because their receivers have some height, and they tip that ball up in the air. You don't know who's liable to come down with it.
If you're Concord, you don't want to try to pad your stats with the interception. Just bat the ball down.
Put the heat
Landers throws. Deep ball to the end zone. That pass is incomplete. And so that's going to do it for our first half of play here in Athens. Great double coverage there, the end zone. Landers had nobody home. Both of those guys were chomping at the bit for the interception.
I would rather they just knock it down because sometimes you can fight each other for an interception and you pop that ball up in the air and the receiver just runs in and catches it and he gets to be the hero. So it turned out no problem, but I saw that happen here at a Concord game one time, and I never have got over it.
Yeah. We are waiting to catch up with Cody Edwards here on the near sideline. Mountain Lions will enjoy this 24-7 lead going into the locker room. Mountain Lions started with the football, so Wesleyan will start the second half with possession of the football. Coach, a great half here for Concord. A little shaky start. Had a couple of turnovers, an interception on the first drive. On the second drive of the game, a fumble from Israel Rhodes, but Concord has flipped the script, so to say, and has laid on the gas pedal. I've got Samantha Fields, who is on the field with head coach Cody Edwards. Samantha?
Controlled momentum for most of this game. What do you tell your players to keep them focused?
Yeah, we've been talking all week about playing to perfection. We haven't played to perfection this half. We've had turnovers, we've had penalties. We've been kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. We've got to play a cleaner second half. We've not been nearly clean enough in the first half.
Now, your defense has kept Wesleyan to only one score this entire game. What has been the key to that kind of dominance?
I think we've been playing well. We've been playing with a lot of great energy, but too many explosive plays. We're not playing well enough in the run game. We've given them too many big plays in that area, so we've got to clean up the run defense in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, halftime. We'll be back with stats and numbers and also a little more on the new face on the Concord sideline, the head coach, Cody Edwards. 24-7, your halftime score in favor of Concord University. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
Welcome back. It's time for more Concord trivia. Question 1. What music legend performed at Concord's homecoming in 1970? The answer to that is John Denver. The acclaimed folk singer performed in the main gymnasium before achieving major fame with hits like West Virginia anthem Take Me Home Country Roads. All right, question number 2. Who is Concord's longest serving president? The answer is President Emeritus Jerry Beasley. Serving from 1985 to 2008, Beasley led Concord through significant growth, including expanded academic programs and campus development. And our third question for this round, how many bells are in the Marsh Memorial Carillon? The answer is 48 bells. Installed in 1997, the Carillon honors former President Joseph F. Marsh Sr. and can play music across campus using digital and manual controls. All right, that's it for round 2. Stay tuned for our final round of Concord Trivia.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mountain Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
24-7 at Callahan Stadium. Jason Reed, Steve Cox, halftime here in the box. And looking at stats and numbers, Mountain Lions, we told you last week, ran the ball really well on the road at Glenville. 232 total rush yards last week. That was the most since last October against Glenville State. And so today they are already more than halfway to last week's total. In the first half, Mountain Lions 155 total rush yards, and they've carried the ball 20 times, averaging 8 yards per carry. On the flip side, they've held Wesleyan to just 63 rush yards there in the first half. Wesleyan averaging 3.7 yards per carry. We haven't seen a lot of pass action. Both quarterbacks have completed 8 passes, 8 of 18 for the Bobcats. 8 of 15 for Landers, who didn't start the game. He came in for Bragg and really got the spark started for the Wesleyan offense. And so through the air, 70 total yards, 87 for the Mountain Lions. Mountain Lions in the first half, 32 plays, 242 yards, 35 plays for 133 yards for West Virginia Wesleyan. When you look at individual rushing, Lucky Dowdy has 77 yards in the first half. He's averaging close to 10 yards per carry. Then you have Mizell, who's averaging close to 12 yards per carry, 70 net yards, 2 touchdowns for the sophomore quarterback. Rhodes has 4 at the break, along with Clark, who has 4. Mizell, 8 of 12 for the 87 yards. Did throw the interception on the opening drive of the game. Concepcion has 4 catches for 40 yards. Quay Moore has 2 for 33. Heller and Burrell each with a catch there in the first half. The hot hand through the air receiving for West Virginia Wesleyan has been Triplet. He's got 3 catches for 30 yards and a 16-yard touchdown. On the ground, they were led by White, who has 49 rush yards at the break, averaging 24.5 on just 2 carries. Longest was 52, and that went for the touchdown on the ground. So that's where we are here at the break. 24-7 is your score. Taking a look at some scores from around the Mountain East Conference. A surpriser here as Charleston trailing Fairmont 28-10. Glenville leads West Liberty 15-6. Frostburg blanking Wheeling right now 24-0. And West Virginia State, last what we heard, was trailing. They are playing West Florida today, who's ranked number 3 in the nation. We're going to step away and be back. Introduce you to Concord's new head coach, Cody Edwards. At the break, 24-7 is your score in favor of the Mountain Lions. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu.
It's not just Concord's esteemed history of higher education excellence. It's not just Concord's 125-acre campus beautiful, nestled in West Virginia's rolling hills. It's not just Concord's wide variety of academic and artistic opportunities tailored to almost any career path. It's not just Concord's compassionate team of instructors, administrators, and staff dedicated to your success. So what is it that makes Concord University so great? Well, that's easy. It's you. Start your journey today at concord.edu.
At Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time.
Over the last 5 years, 23% of the state of West Virginia's total vehicle fatalities were alcohol related.
%68 of drivers involved in fatal collisions had alcohol in their system.
"911, what's your emergency?"
Don't drive under the influence.
Here at the halftime break. Jason Reed, ready to introduce you to Concord University's 22nd head football coach, Cody Edwards. He's a UVA Wise graduate, comes to Concord from Western Carolina University. And now, Concord Media Department will introduce you to Coach Edwards.
Then those areas are playing at a really high level. Kenyon Boyer's been a big for us in a kicking spot for us on special teams. So we've got a bunch of guys who are doing a good job, who are playing for each other, but also allowing individuals to achieve the high level. For us, we don't necessarily focus on the competition. We don't focus. Cody Edwards, I'm 37. I'm originally from Hayside, Virginia. We've had a good season so far. Defense, offense, special teams are playing well in all three phases. We've had some standouts here and there. Our quarterback, Tyler Mizell, is playing at a really high level. Dom Collins, one of our wide receivers, playing at a high level. Got a couple guys on defense that played at a high level. Arterian Godfrey, Corey Ratcliffe, Nehemiah Scott, Ethan Reynolds, some of those guys on those areas are playing at a really high level. Kenyon Boyer's been a big for us in a kicking spot for us on special teams. So we've got a bunch of guys who are doing a good job, who are playing for each other, but also allowing individuals to achieve the high level. For us, we don't necessarily focus on the competition. We don't focus on the team that shows up. They're a faceless opponent. We focus on discipline being much more superior than motivation. So our discipline is what we focus on every single day. Do the things that we need to do to be successful. We're very process-oriented. I think motivation wavers. You have to find a reason to get excited to play Charleston or get excited to play West Liberty or anybody else. That motivation has to change every week. We want to be focused on our discipline. Ignore whoever shows up in the stadium if you're a faceless opponent. I was an offensive player primarily in high school and in college, and my first job in coaching came on the defensive side of the ball, and I've been on defense ever since. Up until the last couple of years, I really got heavily involved in special teams. I became a special team coordinator at Western Carolina. So, but for me, I'm very involved with defense. I'm very involved with special teams. Coach Zimmerman, who we hired as our offensive coordinator, he's a guy I've known for a decade or longer, and I really trust his leadership on the offensive side of the ball, which frees me up to be more invested because of the defense side of the ball and then also with our special teams. I think the big thing that we focus on is just building a team of like-minded individuals who want to come in and achieve at a high level. Really want to focus on those three things I mentioned earlier: discipline, accountability, and toughness. We believe that we can get a group of human beings, a group of people in here that believe in those three things. We can be really, really successful. And I think our coaching staff has been laser focused on setting that standard and really building that program foundation from the bottom up. And it takes hard work. It takes a lot of effort. We've got a coaching staff that's really committed to hard work, committed to the grind, committed to the effort of doing it every single day to make sure that we're pushing our players and hold them accountable so that they can be the best versions of themselves. But it was great to get a win. It's always great to get the first one. But I was really, more so than for me, I was excited for our players and our coaches because the work that we started when we got here last January and obviously ran all the way through summer, fall, and into fall camp, the work that we put in is what led to that. That win happened in June and July and even back in spring. It didn't happen, on August the 30th. And I think that was incredible for our players and our coaches. So I was really excited for them. I was excited, obviously, to get the win, but really excited to be with people that I was with to get that. We just need everybody to be all in. That's one of the things we break it down on every single day is all in. We need our local community, our campus community, our extended community to be all in with us. And we need those people to show up and support us in the stands on Saturday afternoons. And I think if we can get those people to support us and get here and with us in the stands, we can have the best game day environment in the Mountain East Conference.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
It's not just Concord's esteemed history of higher education excellence. It's not just Concord's 125-acre campus beautiful, nestled in West Virginia's rolling hills. It's not just Concord's wide variety of academic and artistic opportunities tailored to almost any career path. It's not just Concord's compassionate team of instructors, administrators, and staff dedicated to your success. So what is it that makes Concord University so great? Well, that's easy. It's you. Start your journey today at concord.edu.
It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu. Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student-athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time. This holiday season, celebrate with Chick-fil-A catering trays. From strip trays to fruit trays, and even chill nugget trays, you can heat and serve when the moment is right. We've got catering covered for any occasion. Big gatherings or small get-togethers, make hosting easier with the flavor everyone loves. Order today through the Chick-fil-A app, because every occasion deserves a little Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A Princeton, making memories one tray at a time.
So far, it's been a great day for Concord fans. Mountain Lions leading 24-7 here at the break. Jason Reed, joined by Concord University Hall of Famer Steve Cox. We were talking earlier about Tom Bone. Forgot to mention that he was a Hall of Famer here at Concord. And I think the year before Tom went in, they put the prior PA announcer and Harry Finkelman into the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, I can't remember what year it was, but I know that Harry's been in there for a long time because Harry was a accounting professor here, and then later an accountant in the Princeton area, and then very active in the community and all kinds of stuff. And but he did it for 50 years.
Yeah,
and it was always great because he was originally from New York City, and you come to the Concord game and you hear this guy with this New York accent talking over the PA, and then of course Tom took over after Harry hung it up, and. Like I said about Tom, you're just a good person and just cared about Concord, and he was just a very he wanted to do everything right. He didn't want to do anything sloppily. He didn't want to do anything there, say something that might be wrong or might offend somebody. He just always did, I thought, a great job, and his family, of course, and his kids went to school here. His wife also was an adjunct professor for us in our Chris Bone. And he was just a special guy. And I mentioned earlier, too, he and Bill Ofsa lived probably about 100 yards apart over here in a little area in Athens where Will Johnson also lives. And Dr. Ofsa taught English here for like 60 years and died this month. I mean, but here we lost both those great Concord people in a month's time.
You're talking about Finkelman and Tom Bone. 77 years, 2 PA announcers.
That's
Is
crazy.
that not unreal?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, longevity there. And so our thoughts and prayers, and I know his family's heartbroken, and go out to Tom's family. Wanted to mention, I see Dominic Collins, who is the only player in high school football history to win both the Randy Moss Award for the best receiver and to win the Kennedy Award for the best overall player. He did in 2023 for the 2023 football season. Started at WVU, transferred here to Concord, was leading the nation and receiving at one point in time to start the season, and then got that injury. Really kind of, I think it was an old injury that reared its head. It was a Frostburg State game that I think he had one catch and came out of the game, and so I see him down on a scooter. I understand that he's had surgery, and not sure. We probably won't see him for the rest of the season, but he's been an impact player. And as we mentioned, guys stepping up who have caught the ball, and it's really been passing by committee. 7 different Mountain Lions made catches last week at Glenville, and 7 different Mountain Lions have caught a touchdown pass this evening. So in those 7 games this season, Mizell has completed at least one pass to 6 or more receivers. So when you got a dominant player like that, he goes down, you got to find those yards somewhere else. And I understand that this Concord team has done a great job stepping up and filling that void.
Yeah, I hated it for Dom because he was having a wonderful season. The same kind of thing happened to Gerard Bowie his first year here. And he came back the next year and then made All-American for us. So I hope the same thing can happen with Dom. But Dom's been a good kid in his time here at Concord. He's also a good student because, I see everybody's grades in his compliance. And he brought good grades with him from West Virginia, and he's done a good job here. And so I hope he gets straightened up. And but he needed the surgery, and I'm glad they went ahead and did it now.
That's why we call them student-athletes. Students first before sports. 24-7 your score. The Mountain Lions lead here. Start the second half. Bobcats will start the second half with the football. Strobridge and Hayward back deep.
Have we figured out who this is kicking off for us?
Yeah, that's one thing I meant to ask on my way to the halftime bathroom break.
Yeah, because he's either changed jerseys or we've taken a volunteer from out of the student body because we don't have anybody with that number.
Concord starts the second half with an onside kick, and I think it meets the requirements for a recovery at the 30-yard line. Do you see a flag?
I don't. I was afraid it didn't go 10 yards, but evidently it did.
It will be Concord football.
Crazy.
Our sideline official shows. And you rarely see a high kick like that, and really caught the Bobcats off guard.
I mean, it almost looked like he'd mishit the kick.
Yeah.
Popped it up in the air. And what was funny, you had like a lineman trying to catch it, and we kind of collisioned him right when he was trying to catch it. So there was it was fraught with possible penalties, but nothing happened, and we ended up getting the ball back on our 31-yard line. Again, I'm sure Wesleyan's saying, what else?
Yeah. Well, when you open and you give the other team the ball first, you go, hey, we're going to start second half with the football. Then when you get an onside kick like this, it really just takes the wind out of your sails.
Yeah.
First and 10, Israel Rhodes. No, it's a pass play. I thought for sure Rhodes had that ball. We were talking before the game about those plays where the ball goes one way and the cameraman or the play-by-play guy goes another way, and that was one of those where Mizell really, really smoked all of us.
Yeah, and that was to Damian Burrell, and he was just thrown over his head. But he's a guy, he's got quicks too. If he'd have caught that ball, we'd have probably had 6 more points.
Second and 10, swing pass to Rhodes, out to the 30. Down he goes at the 31.
Yeah, it was a nice little play, but again, good coverage by the Wesleyan defense that time. Just flowed out to the ball. Held it, I guess, basically for no gain. Let's see.
Right there at the line.
Yeah.
Be third and 10 for the Mountain Lions, or 2 for 5 on the afternoon on third down situations. For Concord, Damari Heller, the tight end, is into the game. Twins to each side on third and long. Play clock to 6. Mizell with the snap. Flushed out of the pocket and on the run. Defender pulls up, gives him a little shimmy shake. Nicely defended here by the Wesleyan defense.
Yeah, Wesleyan did a good job covering the receivers. Mizell looked and just didn't see anybody, and then he tried to put a little shake on him. That's the first time that he really has taken any contact. Again, good play by the defense, contained him. So really the onside kick, they survived that, and it did not hurt them. So we're going to have to punt the ball to them.
That was Janaris Foster, who made a great play on Mizell. Concord punt unit is on. Zach Moyer gets it away. And ball will be fair call back at the 27-yard line. He dropped it, but he was out of bounds. Headed to a media timeout here, 13:35 to play third quarter. Concord leading Wesleyan 24-7 here at Callahan. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
Fans, it's time to introduce this year's Concord cheer team.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mount Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
field. Have the ball placed in his hands. And he'll get 3 yards there on first down for being swallowed up by the white jerseys.
Dowdy, this has been his best game. We were looking at what he had, 77 yards in the first half. And
3-yard rush there from Rashad Lucky Dowdy.
And I think it's been one of the better games that our offensive line has played this year because they've been giving these running backs a chance.
It's what happens when you play on TV, right?
Maybe that's it. I hadn't thought about that.
2nd and 7. Mizell to throw. Looks. Fires across the middle. The pass is caught by Rodney Mike inside the 25. Take a gang of people to get him down. That'll move the chains.
You know, Rodney Mike is a kid. He's a good 6'4", maybe 6'5", and looks like maybe a small forward or something. Or
yeah.
Or in some cases, a power forward in basketball.
Catch there from Rodney Mike.
They throw the ball to him. You know, it's not easy to get him on the ground. He's also pretty effective the closer you get to the end zone.
Mount Lions get 17 yards on the pass play. 1st and 10 now. Go back to the ground attack with Lucky Dowdy. Dowdy just absolutely bullied the defender. Will move the ball to the 16-yard line. That young man is going to feel that tomorrow morning.
I tell you, a lot of times you think people are trying to avoid contact. Well, he didn't that time. He sought it out.
It was Anthony Battle, the defensive back who comes across the field to try to make the tackle. Lucky Dowdy laid the hammer down.
And he feels like he's got a little cramp. I see him stretching him out over there, bringing Israel Rhodes in the game.
4-yard gain. Mizell.
Now that time the defense won that whole exchange. They blitzed that time, and we ran the ball right into the blitz. They just blew up the blocking and everything else. Really, Mizell never had a chance.
Mizell loses 5 on the QB keeper, brought down.
Well, here comes the chance on 3rd and 11.
And Keemon Jefferson.
As the drive stays alive. I like the thought of Rodney Mike here on the near side. You're talking about how big and physical he is.
He's a big wide receiver, and he has good hands too. They might try him here, but Price is bringing different kinds of pressures. We haven't been able to get these explosive plays so far in this half.
Mizell in the pocket. Little shuffle pass out to Rhodes. What a play. Rhodes has the first down. Bangs it inside the 10 to the 7.
You know, that play there is a very hard play, and it's kind of like, see these guys do that. Patrick Mahomes does that kind of stuff, but, it's certainly not a called play. And Mizell's running forward, and then he just kind of almost like a chest pass. Just flips it ahead.
First and goal for your Mountain Lions.
Rhodes did a good job of catching it and taking it up the road and doing something with it.
It's just the smarts of Mizell, too. He knew he didn't have anything ahead of him, saw Israel Rhodes, and flipped it over there. 15 yards on the play, brings up 1st and goal from the 7. Pass play to the corner. Quay Moore! Is he inbounds? The official says no, he's not. Boy, what a heartbreaker. Quay Moore played it beautifully to battle off the defender, but his feet were out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good play all the way around, and you got to give the defense credit. He knew that he had him very close to the sideline. The official was right on top of that, but it was a good throw and a good catch. I will say that. Glad to see Quay catch that ball. And that's one we just, we're going to go at him again.
It's kind of the old fade route there. And
yeah.
I was about to say how much I like the fade route when we were talking there about Rodney Mike. Mizell racing toward the end zone, hitting it out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, no, that was a called run there, I think. Kind of like a quarterback draw, where he just went, got the ball back, and then just took off to the right side. The defense responded pretty well to it. Kept him out of the end zone.
Jeffries on the stop for the Bobcats.
Here's where you'd like to be able to just block him into the end zone.
It's go time on 3rd and 3. Mizell there with a hard snap count, trying to get the Bobcat defense to bite.
Stop the clock here for something.
5:45 to play, 3rd quarter. Mizell takes a shot. Rodney Mike is there.
Yeah, that was just over his head because he had inside position. Of course, I'm sure Mizell's scared. You throw it too low over there, and if the defense wins that battle, but that time Mike had the position.
He was tangled up with Dobson there in the corner of the end zone. So Dobson was in position to make the play.
I think we're going to go for it here.
I like it. 4th down and goal from the 3. Yeah. Offense stays on. Quay Moore moves to the near side of the field. Lucky Dowdy with a surge, hit, still moving. He is in for the Concord touchdown from 3 yards away. Refused to lose.
Yeah, that was just a great individual effort there by Dowdy. I mean, he earned that touchdown. Went up in the hole. There wasn't much there. He kind of broke it to the outside. He's having to break several tackles and just powered his way in. Dowdy, he deserves a lot of credit on that play.
Yards after contact, he got hit at the 3 and kept the motor going. Bowyer for the point after is good. Concord extends a lead with 5:35 to play in the 3rd period. 31-7 is your score in favor of the Mountain Lions. This is Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you. Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time.
It's not just Concord's esteemed history of higher education excellence. It's not just Concord's 125-acre campus beautiful, nestled in West Virginia's rolling hills. It's not just Concord's wide variety of academic and artistic opportunities tailored to almost any career path. It's not just Concord's compassionate team of instructors, administrators, and staff dedicated to your success. So what is it that makes Concord University so great? Well, that's easy. It's you. Start your journey today at concord.edu.
Mountain Lions have opened it up. 31-7 is the lead. And so Concord caps off a 9-play, 41-yard drive. It took just over 4 minutes. You remember, Coach, they had the penalty there on special teams, moved the ball to the Bobcat side of the field, really helped this Concord drive starting on Wesleyan's 41.
Well, we've had already an onside kick that we got the ball back, but then we couldn't move the ball. Then we had a punt play where we were getting ready to block Wesleyan's punt, and the punter had to pull it down and run with it. Somehow in the whole play, a guy got kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've had some wild stuff.
I didn't hear – I don't know if it's throwing a punch or what, but –
The ball on the ground.
Ball's picked up by Triplett. Triplett goes down there at the 45. So, again, favorable field position here for Wesleyan.
Position. And a smart play by Triplett, I think.
We want to talk about something that's growing. How about the efficiency of the Concord defense? They've been really good this afternoon. I mean, you think you gave up the one touchdown. That was a 52-yard touchdown run. Other than that one explosive play, they have absolutely silenced this West Virginia Wesleyan offense.
Well, and the one touchdown pass was really nice. But you're right. After that, Now, they've had a couple times that they ran the ball well on us, but they didn't stick with it.
Landers in the backfield will hand it off. A nice first down run as Curran back into the game, but bangs it up in there to midfield. 5 yards on the run.
Yeah, again, this is what they did the last time, and but they didn't stick with it. They got a couple first downs with it, and then they tried a play that didn't work. Got behind the chains, but now be interesting to see what if they stick with it this time. But that was a positive run on first down.
Curran stays in the backfield. Play action. Landers takes a shot, low ball. It was hauled in. Boy, nice grab there.
Yeah.
Hayward falling to the turf, able to keep his hands underneath the football as he fell on top of the pigskin.
Well, again, that was you had the real hard run up the middle, then you fake the run, and then you hit on the comeback. That was nice offense.
1st and 10. Landers clapping those hands emphatically, trying to get the defense to jump.
Overloaded, got double wide receivers on the right and a single on the left.
They shift Hayward over to the near side of the field. Curran again, this time off the left side, and he gets absolutely planted.
I'll tell you, Tyler Bridges low, and then who is that, 20?
Monroe Ingram.
Monroe Ingram's freshman.
All right, so we had a helmet pop off too. So this will send a lineman. Zanaya Worley will head to the sideline. We'll have to sit out for a play. Boy, Ingram laid the wood. I don't know if you get any nicer than that kind of tackle right in the chest.
Well, that's it. And then, of course, Ingram had him down low, so he kind of held him for him, where he held him up there for him to try to kill him.
2nd down and 10. Landers back to throw. Launches to the near side. That pass is caught and out of bounds. Escaping the defender is Zion McIntosh, a 6'3" junior.
Yeah, he caught the ball in front of Kemp that time, and then Kemp kind of whiffed on the tackle, gave up another, 8 or 10 yards down the sideline.
It's an 18-yard play. Moves the chains once again. Curran with the push off the right side.
He's a bull, man.
You get the feeling this Wesleyan team is really starting to settle in and find some rhythm in this drive.
Yeah, it's where we need to see if we can force some kind of a turnover here, because they're starting to get a little bit of momentum.
Curran brought down by Michael Herbert and Corey Radcliffe.
See McIntosh here on the near side with that big frame. Triplet to the far side. He's had the hot hand through the air. Here's Curran. He just fell down. I think he pulled something or got a cramp.
Turf Monster got him there. I know that, because it wasn't us. Now, we were in pursuit. But you're right. He went down. I don't know if let's hope he didn't hurt himself bad, but it was not by contact.
Hope it's just a cramp. I tell you, it looks like they're going to stretch it out. That's good news, just to see him being stretched out there on the field. If you're a parent and you watch the game on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network, or even if you can't make it, you're here locally, watch it on WVVA today. When you see a kid go down, man, first thing you do is take a deep breath and go, please don't let it be my kid.
Yeah, it scares you to death. That's one thing I never had. Well, I didn't have any boys, and so I didn't have anybody playing contact sports that much, but yeah, that'd be hard. I don't know. Older I get, I can't hardly even look at injuries. They'll show somebody sprained their ankle in a basketball game. They want to keep showing it over and over again. If they're going to show it to me, they got to catch me unawares, because I'm not watching the rerun. I don't like it.
Well, $3, your contact sport was trying to get everybody in and out of the bathroom at the same time, huh?
Well, now they played volleyball and they played some basketball and stuff. You can get hurt in that, but it's not a collision sport like football.
3rd and 7, huge play here for Wesleyan driving. Curran out of the game. Jaden Williams back in. He'll carry to the far side, shoved out of bounds by Ian Ryans. Ryans has played a solid game today.
Yeah, we've got several younger kids playing in that secondary. Well, really playing sporadically throughout the defense. Like Titus Bridges in there. He's played a good bit here in this game, but defensive end. And good to see Jonathan back in. Jonathan Williams back in the game.
We're going to keep the offense on 4th and 6. And you expect this trailing 31-7 on the road. Watch Hayward here on the near side.
Need to get to this quarterback.
Landers flips it over to Williams, racing toward that first down marker. And he'll have the first down and inside the 5.
That was a real nice job of just slipping the running back out in space, and they had kind of cleared out with the receiver on that side. And then he made a real positive run, taking it up the sideline.
I thought they were going to give him the 5. I think his toe touched the chalk out there at the 8.
Okay, but his first down, 1st and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Like you say, Wesleyan's offense, looks like it's getting some rhythm.
See if Concord's defense can bend but not break. Williams stretches it out. I would expect to keep it on the ground. They do. Williams stretching, reaching. The pylon is over. Is he in? That's a question. No, he stepped out of bounds before he got there, right at the 1-yard line.
Shoo-wee.
So now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1.
Working on our right side, their left side, and 2 or 3 straight runs to that side. Be interesting to see if they go that way again or if they try to come back to the right.
Jaden Williams needed 4 for the score. He got 3. 3rd and goal from the 1. And the horn sounds, and on to the 4th we go. You'll have to wait. Concord gets a shutout in the 3rd. It headed to the 4th quarter with a commanding lead, 31-7. This is Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA television.
It's time for Trivia Timeout, where we test your knowledge of all things Concord University. Question number 1. In what year was Concord State Normal School founded? The answer is 1872. The college was established to train teachers for public schools in southern West Virginia, beginning classes on May 10, 1875, with 70 students. Question number 2. Before becoming Athens in 1906, what was the town originally called? The answer is Concord Church. Named after a local church near the school, the area was later renamed Athens to reflect the classical tradition of education. And our 3rd and final question, during World War II, what military role did cadets train and earn college credit at Concord to become? And the answer is Army pilots. Concord partnered with the U.S. Army Air Forces to provide a pre-flight training program, allowing cadets to prepare for aviation service. Stay tuned for more Concord trivia coming up. It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu. And
We got the maestro here. He's got Coach Cox up dancing with Alabama. Here we go, 3rd and goal from the 1. And we see maybe a wildcat formation. That's exactly what it is, with Mason White in the backfield. He'll be the lead blocker, and Concord makes a huge stop on 3rd down. They're going to force Williams out of bounds back at the 6-yard line. And so there you go.
I swear, every time you try something a little bit different, Wesleyan was threatening to score. They tried this wildcat, but you think it'd be all right. But that just tells everybody on the defensive side they're running this. And that was a negative play. And now instead of being on 4th and 1, they're 4th and what, about 7? Got the quarterback back in the game now. Maybe this will give him a little more room to move and operate.
Yeah. Which he's done a pretty good job this game. But Concord's just really limited opportunities there for Wesleyan. They'll call the timeout. Want to take a second. Want to thank Charity Holman. She's a general manager at WVVA Television for the opportunity to do the game on TV today. Charity's a great gal, graduate of Concord University. Was my neighbor many years ago when I lived just off of Athens Road. And so I appreciate that opportunity. We do want to mention, too, Bethany Min, and she is the new president here at Concord University. Dr. Kendra Bogus was the first female president. She becomes the second and the predecessor to Kendra Bogus. And you know what? I can say this. I haven't had the opportunity to meet her, but I've seen her out on campus, talking with students and just being involved with students. And one of the games here, as I was leaving, they were, the crew was out kind of cleaning up. She was helping, and I thought, wow, if that isn't servant leadership, I don't know what is. And you've picked a good one, Concord.
Well, I think so too. She just seems to have great energy and great enthusiasm. Seems like she's glad to be here, and that was always a big thing for me and a recruit, was somebody that acted like they wanted us,
Yep.
And she, her husband in particular is West Virginia native. She worked a lot of her life in West Virginia, and every athletic event that I've been at this year, she's been in attendance, and we really have enjoyed her.
4th and goal from the 6. Landers to throw, fires on a slant, and it's caught for a touchdown. That's Triplett. And I believe that is his second touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, Triplett. I mean, that was just a nice play. They got in man-to-man, and, he's tall, and he just came down. Landers put the ball right on him, so I guess maybe it did help losing that 5 or 6 yards before that, give him a little bit more room to operate.
I've always liked that slant play. You get that quick first step. It's all about body positioning. You get in front of the defender, and really the defender is at your mercy. That was the case there as Triplett hauled in the grab.
Well, particularly if you've got some size down there. Going for 2 on us now.
Landers will run the show. To throw. The pass is batted down. Nehemiah Scott with a beautiful, beautiful defensive play with the pass breakup. He had 9 pass breakups coming into the game. I think he's had a number of those today. He's top 10 in the nation in Division II for pass breakup. Sends us to a timeout. 14-17 to play. Mountain Lions lead West Virginia Wesleyan at home 31-13. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVBA.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mountain Lion. Go long! showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
Mountain Lions in control here just inside the fourth quarter, 31-13. As Wesleyan gets a score, 2-point conversion was denied by Nehemiah Scott. And so as we mentioned earlier, Concord's won 7 in a row against Wesleyan. 5 of the last 7 have been within 4 points. So listen, still a lot of time on the clock, and you never know what is going to happen. 2022 Mountain Lions had a 34-17 halftime lead, held scoreless in the second half. They escaped with a 2-point win. This kick angled to the sideline. It'll be picked up by Rhodes at the 21. Rhodes with some shifty moves, runs into his own teammate there. Down he goes. Nice return for Rhodes out to the 28-yard line.
And somebody gets flagged right at the end of it there.
Not sure which way this is going for Concord. We saw Damari Heller come flying out of the pile.
Yeah, it's usually not the first person, it's the second one.
Number 22, half the distance, first down.
So he pointed against Concord. So
he said 22, which is Rhodes. And so here's what kills you. You get the nice return out near the 30, and now this will be a half the distance to the goal.
They got in some kind of a wrestling match at the end of the play, and I'm sure Israel felt like that they were roughing him up, and then he probably hit back or something like that. And like you say, the guy that hits back is usually always the guy that gets caught. That's one of those deals, revenge is best served cold.
Or when the official's not looking.
That's exactly right. You got to wait. You got to pick your spots there when everybody's not looking at you.
But pulling the ball back inside the 15, certainly if you can't move the ball here with over 14 minutes to play, could be a game changer.
Sure could.
Stretch play, Rhodes fights for more yardage after the initial contact, punches the ball to the 21-yard line.
Well, that's the way you make up for it. You make a nice hard run, you protect the ball, get us, about 6 yards there on first down. That's how you make up for a play like that.
Mountain Lions getting Isnaden into the game, the big tight end. I love what Cody Edwards does with tight ends. You know, I've always liked the tight end position, and if it's well used, Pittsburgh's done it for years, the Steelers.
Oh, yeah, no question about it.
2nd and 4. Mizell fires right over the fingertips of Burrell.
Again, there's been 2 times that he's gone for Burrell, and both times the balls have been high. And, you know, he doesn't do that a lot. You know, usually he'll bring that ball and put it right on him, but that time it just sailed high. So now we got 3rd down and 4.
And Burrell had a lot of real estate in front of him. He makes that grab and stride.
No
Could have done some major damage. Mizell, plenty of time, out on the run, looking downfield, and going to toss it away. Wise decision.
You know, Rhodes slipped out on the left side there, but there was just so much heat on Mizell, he really couldn't see it. And I hope maybe that's something we can come back to maybe later on. Use flow right and then slip somebody like Rhodes out on the flat on the left side. But have to give Wesleyan credit right there. They were able to get off the field in 3 plays. Going to make us have to punt the ball back to them.
I don't think we've had any 3 and outs today, have we? We had a couple of turnovers on early drives, but I don't think we had 3 and outs.
I probably didn't. It can't be more than 1 if we did. Still all kinds of time in this game.
Dobson back with a fair catch at the 31. So offense for Wesleyan has some catching up to do, trailing 31-14. 13. Coach, this has been a lot of fun today. It's been a great game.
Oh, it really has, and there's still time for some more action. That was a nice punt, a good catch. So Wesleyan taking the ball back over like at the 31. Now, see, what are we? It's 31-13. I mean, you would think you'd be safe, but I don't know, man. Games can turn on a dime. Be nice if they score, we need to make them take a lot of time to do it.
Yep.
We need to avoid the explosive plays.
And some of it is knowing when to keep the ball on the ground and waste that clock, or sometimes you can do that too early.
Mm-hmm.
You got to continue to play your game. Williams moves forward. Concord wraps him up, and down he goes. Leading the charge was Arterian Godfrey. Godfrey, sophomore from Palatka, Florida.
This Williams is a tough runner. I mean, it's hard to get him on the ground. Look there, he got, 6 yards out of that Ole Miss? It looked like it would be about 2.
Williams brought down.
That last time, I didn't see anything wrong with any of the calls that the Concord offense made. We threw the one ball high. Had we connected on that, we'd still be moving with the ball probably. And sometimes you just have to give the defense credit. And that last play there where Mizell, there was nothing he could do but throw the ball away.
Williams averages 37 rush yards per game. Today he has over 50.
Deep.
Here's a shot down the sideline. Scott in coverage. Flags fly. This is more than likely to be a holder of PI. And so Triplett is your guy. He's got the 2 touchdowns through the air today for Wesleyan.
Yeah, that'll be interference unless I miss my guess. Yep. One thing about interference in the college game, it's just a 15-yard penalty, whereas in the pros, you take the ball down there at the spot of the foul, and so you don't want to give up a 15-yard penalty, but you also don't want to give up a touchdown.
It's a huge difference,
Oh, big. Yeah, no question.
And if you're a college coach, hey, listen, if you think you're going to get beat on that over the top, just grab a handful of jersey.
No, I think you're right.
Or take them down. 1st and 10 from the 48, Concord side of the field. Lander's going to go right back through the air, and here comes another flag. This against Ian Ryans in coverage.
The interference play.
Coach, I told you, listen, don't get too excited. We're not going home early. These two teams, they grind it out.
Oh, man, here's the thing about it. That's 2 15-yard plays in a row because you get the 2 penalties. And all of a sudden, now Wesleyan's got the ball, looks like down on our. These guys think it's the pros too. They were down there at the spot of the foul, but we're on the 38, I believe.
It was worth a shot, right?
33, excuse me.
1st down and 10. Lander's barking the commands. Flushed out of the pocket on the run. Throw. Nearly a one-handed grab.
Yeah.
Concord brought the heat. That was Acevedo, who was really bringing the pressure, the redshirt freshman from Jacksonville.
Yeah, I think that's the key on him. We need to get back in on him a little bit because he's dangerous. But that time they kind of flushed him out to the right, and defense won that one. They would have taken a perfect throw, really.
Stops the clock with 12:26 to go. 2nd down and 10. Lander's really trying to open it up. They'll go back to Williams on the ground, taken out of the knees by Godfrey. I understand you're kind of going against the clock, but Williams was having so much success. You come out and you do benefit from some of those pass interference calls.
Yep.
Get 30 free yards, but I think Williams is the one who's moving the ball right now consistently.
Well, they went back to him. They're like on a little draw play there, and he got like 7 yards.
3rd down. Williams with a surge off the right. He's met and still on his feet. Now down he goes. Boy, what a tackle at the knees. Arterian Godfrey has showed up here in the 4th quarter.
That time there, Williams was doing a great job, and he refused to go down on the right side and peeled and came out, and it looked like it had the potential for a big play. Man, Godfrey just came up and low-cold him there. Wesleyan also got a lineman hurt. When plays start one way and then the players turn back and come the other way, and you're trying to pivot and run and block, a lot of times that's when kids will get hurt.
That's Williams, who was banged up on the play. We were talking about throughout the afternoon of these close games. How about back in 2021, Concord led 28-12 at the halftime break. Wesleyan outscores Concord in the second half 13-0. It was a missed field goal from 20 yards out in the final 2 minutes that sealed the deal for a Concord win.
Wow. Let's hope we don't get that close here today. But this is fourth down play, and this quarterback has been pretty good in situations like this.
Logan Landers is a 6'1 senior, trying to lead his troops to victory. It is 4th and 12. The offense will stay on. This could be a big stand here for Concord's defense.
What's the confusion here?
Delay a game.
Wow. Golly.
So you go 4th and 12, now 4th and 17.
I think they listen to this music. I'm not kidding you. And I think it fakes them out. They forget to look at the clock, and they just wait till the music ends, and then they think it's time to run the play.
Well, what's funny is a lot of football programs now listen to music during practice. And so you get used to that. It kind of takes you to practice mode instead of game mode. Watch for triplet here at the bottom of the screen. He's your 2-touchdown guy in the afternoon. They'll take a shot, and that pass is incomplete. A wobbly pass intended for Hayward across the middle as Torrin Kemp was in coverage for Concord.
Incomplete. It's a turnover on down.
Excuse me, that was Christian Henderson.
Right, that's another younger kid that's getting. We're getting a lot of younger kids in the game, and that's great. We're past the midpoint or whatever of the season, and that really helps your defense when you can play more people like that.
Henderson, as you mentioned, the freshman from Simpsonville, South Carolina, has made several stops today. Concord's offense back on.
Gets to take the ball back over at the 40-yard line.
Base offense with twins to each side. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion. They'll throw to him. That's Heller. Makes the grab. Met immediately.
Yeah, great defensive play.
Yeah, got him low. Wrestle him to the ground is Victor Georges.
Yeah, that was a really good play. He just came up and sure tackle, wouldn't let him get away.
2-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 12. So think about a 2 o'clock start. The sun's starting to go down a little bit.
Yeah, it's
starting to get a little chilly out here.
It is starting to cool down.
Mizell at the 30 all day. Now flushed out on the run. He can still throw. Mizell going to be tripped up and fall forward back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, he'll get 2 yards on the play.
You have to give the Wesleyan defense credit there again. I mean, there just was nobody open. People were running. They were just kind of backed up in the shell there and picking up the crossers. And, that's just really good defense.
I'm sure that was a point of emphasis for Paul Price and his defense. When Mizell gets out in open field, we got to know where he is. Mizell once again flushed out. Spins, looks to throw. Everyone covered. And a pass for Rodney Mike is batted down. Nice defensive play by Isaiah Irvin.
Pass intended for Rodney Mike.
The kids that are over, they run Mizell to the left side. So these receivers are over on the right side, clear at the sideline, and they feel like they're open and they're frustrated. But if he turns and tries to throw that ball clear back across the field, can you imagine what the coaches will be doing? They'll be going crazy because you get that ball picked off. That's a sure 6 points for the other team. Here, we get to punt it and live to fight another day.
Zach Moyer will punt the ball. Montague back deep for Wesleyan. Fair catch at the 18-yard line. That's where the drive will start for West Virginia Wesleyan. Timeout on the field. It's a media timeout with 9:11 remaining in the game. Concord in control. And Wesleyan with the ball when we return. 31-13 your score. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVVA TV.
This holiday season, celebrate with Chick-fil-A catering trays. From strip trays to fruit trays and even chill nugget trays, you can heat and serve when the moment is right. We've got catering covered for any occasion. Big gatherings or small get-togethers, make hosting easier with the flavor everyone loves. Order today through the Chick-fil-A app, because every occasion deserves a little Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A Princeton, making memories one tray at a time. It's time to make a real impact in your community. At Concord University, our social work programs prepare you to empower individuals and create meaningful change. Earn your bachelor's or master's degree on campus or online while learning from experienced professionals and connecting with passionate peers. Graduate ready to lead, advocate, and inspire. Your future in social work starts here. Apply today at concord.edu. Concord University, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee gives athletes more than a voice, it gives them influence. SAC helps shape the student-athlete experience, connecting teams with athletic staff and turning their ideas into action. From organizing service projects to strengthening school spirit, SAC makes sure Concord's athletes are heard, involved, and leading the way for what's next. Student-athletes shaping Concord, one idea at a time.
Concord leads 31-13 here in Athens. So West Virginia Wesleyan will start its drive. On the 18, pass play is deflected.
Oh,
got
my
a flag
gosh.
from the near side.
Oh, that can't be right.
You hear the boo birds here in Athens.
Now, if they called that on Radcliffe, because I thought he played that very well. There's no way he led with his head or anything like that.
Yep.
Jeez.
Boy.
That's where we really need the instant replay.
Unreal.
Golly. All right. Cooler heads have prevailed.
Didn't see what you thought you saw.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the rest of them said, let me tell you something, you did not see that.
Second and 10 Bobcats.
All right, so stops the clock with 9:08 to go, second and 10. Curran, who was banged up earlier, is back in. He'll be taken down in the backfield. That is a tackle for a loss. Miles Pratt was the defender who got there.
Yeah, Pratt is listed as a defensive back, but in these prevent packages they've been running, they've moved him up like to linebacker. Man, he's quick back there. He got out to the edge and made that tackle. He's also got in the backfield and kind of pressured the quarterback a couple times.
Man's got size and speed. Third and 10 now. Landers throws far side. That's Triplett who makes an amazing grab.
What a catch.
Right over top of Concord's Corey Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe was in position. He just got the early jump and able to haul in the catch.
I mean, that was just a great play. Great throw and even better catch. You couldn't get that. He like Randy Mossed him that time.
You don't hear too much of that nowadays. You got Mossed.
Mm-hmm.
Pass, Landers caught, threaded the needle right in between two defenders. You got Brody Rice back there in coverage from his linebacker position. Ingram also back there. And it was Hayward who made the grab.
All of a sudden, two pass plays, and then you cover about 60 yards.
Clock continues to wind here in the fourth. Landers screen pass near side. And
good job.
Boy, that was a way to get hurt there. The ankle grab. Hayward made the grab, but it didn't go anywhere.
That was Rice. That was Brody Rice. Nice tackle.
I followed Rice through his high school career, and I'm telling you what, that kid's got a lot of heart. A great guy.
Yeah.
He's a hard worker. He'll outwork anybody. Blue-collar background, and he excels, man. You can say, hey, you might not be big enough to play, post high school, but I think he proves that theory wrong.
You're right, and he sticks with the team too, no matter what's going on.
2nd and 10. Landers under heat. Bridges was almost there. He'll toss the ball out to the flat area. The ball is caught. Triplett was there.
Stag on Triplett.
Got to get 12 yards and a first down.
Where'd you say Triplett was from? Someplace in Virginia?
Yeah, he is from Bealton, Virginia. He transferred to Wesleyan from Liberty.
He's tough now, I'll tell you what.
Former Liberty Flame. 1st and 10, the 24. Now, we were talking, you never can get too comfortable in this rivalry game. We've talked about the close games. You're up 31-13, still over 6 minutes to go. Landers looking for Triplett. He's covered. He's going to make the throw, and Triplett hauls in the catch for the Wesleyan touchdown. Ian Ryans had slipped there, the end zone, when Triplett made his cut, and Landers was looking for him immediately. You could see Landers' head the entire time stayed right there with Triplett.
And I'll tell you what, he had to escape to the right. And then that took a gun right there. He had to whistle that ball down. Triplett had moved to the center of the field, and he turned, broke back out. Made the nice catch.
3rd touchdown of the afternoon for Triplett. 7 catches, 102 yards.
He's a real deal. We're going for 2 again.
Landers lined up for the 2-point conversion. Landers looking. Toss to the back of the end zone is caught. 2-point conversion is good. That's 6'4" Tristan Boone. And so now things... 10-point game, 6:05 to go.
Can't ever be easy, man. It just cannot be. Now here's what you got to watch. First of all, we don't want a turnover on this. We don't want an onside kick. We don't want to turn over our big penalty, putting us way back. Unless you're wide open, I'd fair catch this kick so you can get the ball to 25-yard line. Now, it's possible, they'll try to sky kick it or squib it or whatever. But what we need is possession of the ball, and then we need a couple first downs.
Yep. 10-point lead, and you're hanging on by a thread. Sometimes when you get that lead, I know you spent 30-plus years on the sidelines here coaching basketball at Concord. I remember you saying often, sometimes when you have a big lead at halftime, Concord led 24-7 at the break. You go, hey, listen, sometimes that's a great thing. But other times – you worry about guys laying off the gas pedal, getting complacent, or just allowing a team to get back into it. And Wesleyan's fighting.
There's something just psychologically about it that's not good for the team ahead.
Yeah.
And you can lose a 20-point lead in basketball in about 3-4 minutes. You make some turnovers and they hit some threes. When football, turnovers can do it.
Kick deep.
They have anybody back there.
Concord's going to let it sail. Clark runs back there to pick it up at the 10-yard line. Clark taken out of bounds at the 15. I thought they thought it was going to go into the end zone. Cody Edwards is absolutely livid here on the sideline, barking at Clark.
He can't understand what he was doing.
I think he was anticipating that the ball was going to go into the end zone, and it died around the 9-yard line. Clark forced to turn around and run back and grab it.
I tell you what, that was real close to a disaster. Anyhow, we're taking the ball over now, back on the 15-yard line?
Yep.
So very positive play for Wesleyan. I'm sure they're thinking, man, we get this ball back, we're going to be in good field position, or maybe Concord will turn it over to us.
6:01 to play. Mizell will keep it. Squirts through a hole. Boy, he got rocked on that hit. Punches the ball out to the 20-yard line. Van Steeland was the player who delivered the punishing blow.
Well, you know, we talked about how in his runs in the first half, he was able to avoid contact. Well, there was no avoidance right there. And he got 5 yards, but, man, he paid the price.
Brings up 2nd down and 5. Probably the hardest 5 he's earned this game.
Whew.
And it looks like West Virginia Wesleyan will take the timeout to save some clock.
Yeah, he's a pretty tough kid, though. I swear Mizell is, but I don't want him taking too many shots like that.
I love the fire and passion of Cody Edwards. That's when you make a mistake on the field, sometimes it's the penalty, sometimes it's, hey, man, I didn't know what to do. But when the coach meets you there before you get to the sideline, that's always the walk of dread going back to the sideline.
Well, about all you can do in a situation like that is just take it and then go on to the next play. I mean, if you're the player, I mean, but I don't blame, you know, sometimes, you know, you can say, hey, we'll talk about that on Monday, and sometimes it has to be addressed right then.
But, you know, discipline is great for young guys. You know, it develops your character. And, listen, when you get into the workforce and you got that boss.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes you got to bite your lip, grin, and bear it.
No question about it.
2nd down and 5. 5.5 to go. Concepcion goes in motion. Mizell will give it to Lucky Dowdy. Bangs his way forward. Get a couple of yards. Call it 3. Brings up 3rd down and 2. 3rd and short.
Yeah, see here again, you know, Wesleyan is making us work for it, keeping us to the short gains. This is big right here. Nice to get you a 1st down. This is when you need a big, stout running back. And Dowdy's probably the closest thing we have to it. I mean, he's not that big.
Concord with 3 timeouts. Wesleyan with 1. 3rd and 2. Wesleyan showing blitz there off the edge. Play clock to 5. Mizell going to let it run down a couple of more strokes.
There we go.
Lucky Dowdy with a huge run. And he'll punch it out to the 31.
Yeah, kudos to the offensive line, too. That left side there. Aiden Parsons. I think that's Trajan Henry over there at the tackle. Did a really good job that time. And then Dowdy did a good job running up in the hole.
And you got Montecalfe, the center there, who's done a solid job. 1st down and 10. Looking for the screen. It was covered. Mizell now going to scramble.
There we go. That's smart.
Slide down back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Don't give him a free slot. It's a good thing he didn't pass that ball. That was supposed to be a quick out over here to Concepcion. And had he thrown that, I think they would have picked it. But he was able to recognize, take the ball back. And, you know, the whole deal here, the clock is what will win the game. You don't want to even throw an incompletion. That makes the clock stop.
I beg your pardon. I said it was back to the line, but he'll lose a yard. I guess the hit started the slide there a yard prior. Lucky Dowdy gang tackled. Short yardage. Again, Concord right now is just trying to eat some clock. You got the 10-point advantage. I mean, obviously, if you can get a 1st down, get it.
Yeah, but keeping that clock running is so important.
You kind of have Wesleyan on the ropes here with just the 1 timeout.
Yeah. What you don't want to do is turn it over. Now, I'm not saying you don't pass the ball, but it needs to be something that's safe.
3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down conversion here. If Concord gets it, this game's pretty much over. Pass caught near the 1st down marker
Close.
At the 40-yard line. Completion to Isnaden.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to give him the spot.
Yeah, he'll be a yard shy. How about that?
Yeah.
Big catch from Headley Isnaden. Spotted at the 40. It's 4th and 1.
Wesleyan is going to keep their timeout. Thought they may take the timeout here and save some time before the punt.
I think I'd run it down to like the last second, then I'd take a timeout on offense and talk about what you're going to do here.
You know, Wesleyan didn't take the timeout. Concord's going to let the clock continue to
let it run. I'd let it run, and then I'd take timeout.
Have the 2-minute timeout coming up here soon. And
That's
exactly what Concord's going to do
Yeah.
is 2-minute timeout strikes. And we will step away, be back for the last 2 minutes of the game. Outlines by 10. You're watching Concord football on the Mountain East Conference Digital Network and on WVBA.
Life moves pretty fast. That's why Chick-fil-A makes ordering your favorites easier than ever with the Chick-fil-A app. Whether it's curbside, drive-thru, or dine-in, your meal is ready when you are. And the best part? Every app order earns you points towards your next visit. Fast, fresh, and easy, all from the palm of your hand. Download the Chick-fil-A app today and make every meal a little more convenient.
At Concord, athletics brings us together. It's about spirit, teamwork, and of course, scoring big. It's about celebrating every goal, big or small. To our students, every pitch counts. Not bad, right? And most of all, it's about showing up and having fun together. Because that's what it means to be a Mount Lion. Go long! Showing up and getting your hands dirty.
So come out, cheer loud, and let's make this season unforgettable.
Play 10-point advantage for Concord. Jason Reed, Steve Kosh. We found out one thing during the timeout. Concord's mascot, Roar, loves hip-hop. Best dancer in the house. Little competition with the gentleman behind the field goal, though. Moyer to punt. Dobson back deep. Nearly blocked. Too close for comfort. Ball fair caught there at the 19-yard line. So nice job here by the Concord special teams. Another kick inside the 20 for Moyer.
That's a good job. That's a good punt. Now the big thing on defense here, we don't want to let Triplett beat us. That's the biggest thing about, he's the guy that took it down the field the last time on like a couple interference calls, tremendous catches. But again, it's that old deal. If you give something up, you want it to be short. You don't want anybody behind you. And a sack could really help.
Well, you got an idea of who they'll probably be looking for downfield. Triplett. Landers rolls the pocket, looks to throw. He makes the pass. It's caught. Was he in bounds? That's a question. The official has not signaled yet whether or not it's a catch. And it is not. Or is it?
They're moving they gave it to him. That's okay. That's a 5-yard gain. Of course, the clock's still running. So that's even the most important thing.
Yep. And Wesleyan is going to finally, thought they were going to burn the timeout. They stopped the clock here to have a conversation.
Either we got to put time back on the clock or they need to use a timeout. Now,
now comes the official conference.
So we had about 10 seconds run off that.
It's been a fun afternoon here in Athens. Concord got off to a rocky start. Interception on the opening drive. Wesleyan goes 3 and out. Then Concord fumbled with Rhodes. And so they did a 180. Some nerves there. I don't know, but able to turn it around.
Yeah, make them put about 12 seconds back on the clock.
Yep. All right.
And I think that was right, too. Of course, our clock keeper's going with the fact that they didn't really signal that the ball was out of bounds over there.
I was looking for the showing of a catch or not.
Yeah.
I got nothing, so
you're right.
It helps when you're in the box, you're looking for these officials to give you the signals.
That is correct.
And what's the old saying about the word assume?
Yeah.
You're right on the play, but we're
we're assuming
100 yards the other way.
Got Biggs and Chris Williams in again at the ends.
Landers fires triplet.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, almost came up with a one-handed grab. Hey, how about the defensive play by Corey Ratcliffe, who hit him and jarred the ball loose?
Yeah, because if he didn't, he was going to catch it.
Yep.
Stuck his hand up in the air like he had a first baseman's mitt or something like that.
3rd and 4. And one thing that's pretty neat today, we've talked about Tom Bones passing, what he meant to Concord, and they have a clip of him saying, "Let's hear you roar, let's hear you roar."
Right.
And so on 3rd downs, they've been playing that today over the PA. 3rd and 4. Williams races up to that first down marker, takes a hit. I think he has it there, depending on the spot of the ball as he's going out of bounds, and that'll move it 1st down.
We have our smaller linebackers in the game here, Brody Rice and number 31 there again, Miles Pratt. But they give it some quickness there. Should be better against the pass.
1st and 10. Landers. Grab,
Reynolds.
and down he
that
goes.
was big.
The senior with authority, Reynolds,
big.
and then he'll give you the dance afterwards.
That was big. And that was all on him, too. It wasn't a blitz or anything. I mean, he came down and got in there from his defensive tackle position.
Listen, he is incredibly quick to be 6'3", 335. Landers on 4th down, fires. It's incomplete.
83 dropped it there.
Amir Harris, the intended receiver.
Sorry, that was 2nd down.
Fans, let's hear it.
Amir Harris.
3rd and long. Boy, Reynolds is feeling it out there. Make a big play like that, it gets you juiced. I love to watch the big guys having fun.
Oh, yeah. Get Christian Henderson back in the game.
3rd and 18. Landers buying some time, throws to the flat. It's caught, be about 4 yards shy of that 1st down marker. Hayward's the one who hauled in the catch.
Yeah, good play again by Godfrey.
This is do or die time here for Wesleyan.
4th down.
14-yard catch there made by Hayward. It's 4th down.
Yeah, 4th and 4.
Of course, there's still, minute left, so if they can get to 1st down, then they still got some more cracks for the end zone.
Concord holds here. Ball game. Landers to throw, fires, it's caught. That's triplet, 1st down. Tough.
And it's daggone triplet. If we want to steal one, that's one we should steal.
He got inside position on Corey Ratcliffe.
It kind of hurt him there a little bit. Now he laid down on the field. So that's going to stop it over there. But he got drilled in the ribs on that last play.
Well, better not.
Well, my buddy Will Johnson used to say, ain't nothing will slow you down more than a mess of ribs. You get drilled in the ribs like he got. I don't care.
Well, my point was when you need a timeout.
Yeah.
I mean.
Oh, yeah.
How close can you get to the sideline without.
I guarantee you they were telling me, sit down before you get out of bounds. And
I mean, literally 2 more steps and we're play on.
Yeah.
Maybe buy some time here for Wesleyan. All right, so Wesleyan is forced to take a timeout there.
Okay.
Maybe they saw the same thing that we did.
Yeah.
So they forcing Wesleyan to take the timeout. This Concord team, after today, season winding down. Hard to believe we'll play at Wheeling on November 1st next Saturday. They'll take on Fairmont here November the 8th, and they'll play at Ferrum on November the 15th, and that'll do it for the 2025 football season. Man, this season has flown by.
And that last game overlaps with basketball season. I think we're playing basketball on that weekend, too.
Well, yep, we'll be headed inside for the round ball soon. First down and 10, the 42. Trips left here for Landers. Back to throw, tosses one forward at the feet of Stobridge, and he had to get rid of the ball. Pocket was collapsing quick. Concord brought the dogs on first down.
If you'll notice, Cody here keeps alternating these defensive linemen. Got Titus Bridges back in the game now, and now they keep Big Reynolds in there probably most of the time, but these edge rushers, he's been alternating them, and he's got, like I said, 5 defensive backs at least on the field.
Bridges has played a great game today. Landers winds it up, and that pass was out of bounds. I don't think that was catchable.
I don't either, but they were acting like they were reaching for their flag to call interference over there.
It's third down once again.
Well, you know, in the officials' defense, sometimes when that play happens so fast, and they teach officials, don't just go ahead and make a call. Stop and think about it. So sometimes you'll see a delayed reaction.
Oh, yeah.
You know, did I see what I saw? There's so many steps in officiating.
I'd rather they call it right than call it too fast.
3rd and 10, threading the needle.
Man.
Pass is caught out to the 40-yard line.
Golly.
Zayden Parker comes up with the football. 38 seconds. He stayed in bounds.
Wesleyan sidelines energized.
Clock starts. Landers back to throw. Looking. Now he's going to race. He'll pick up the first down out of bounds. Great clock management. A heads-up play there by Logan Landers. That's a senior-type move.
See, he's close enough now. He can throw it into the end zone now. 27 seconds to go.
Muhammad Ali jogs into the game from Reston, Virginia. 1st and 10 from the 30. 10-point advantage, Mountain Lions, 27 seconds to play. If you're Wesleyan, you got to start thinking end zone pretty soon. You're running out of time. Pass, clobbered as he throws his Landers. And how about the big guy, Acevedo, who got in the backfield?
Yeah, that definitely is important here. I mean, you can't let him just dance around back there and look us over. Pressure is important, but the pressure needs to come from your front. And that time it did.
Acevedo has that nice long head of hair, kind of almost reminds you flying in the backfield of Troy Polamalu.
Yeah. Oh, boy. We got 2 deep safeties. We got the corners up pressing. And like I said, we got 2 more defense. We got 6 defensive backs in the game.
2nd and 10. Could have been a hold. Flag will fly. Landers to the 15, out of bounds at the 10 with 16 on the clock, but this one's coming back on a hold.
Yeah, I think that was right. Chris Williams was coming hard, and it looked like he got grabbed there. Yeah.
It's going to be.
That was big, because otherwise they had the ball on the 12-yard line.
That's a freshman, Cabreras. He's from Porterville, California. And so that was we said earlier about the easy call. That's probably the second easiest call they'll have today. You know, especially in the backfield where, you know, the blocking's happening in front of you and it's out in the open. It's easy to see. Second down and 20. 16 seconds. Landers. Bridges brings the pressure. Bridges closes in and records the sack. Also getting some help from Ethan Reynolds. Boy, Titus Bridges has played a fantastic game today. The Gardner-Webb transfer in on the sack, and that'll be your ball game right there. 31-21 is your final score. We talked early, Coach, about this run game and how it's really evolving for Concord, trying to establish that run game. I think the offensive line has really gotten better, and now is the time to kind of switch gears. We talked last week about Concord having 232 yards on the ground. This afternoon, they'll finish the game with 192 yards on the ground. Most of those came really in the first half.
Yeah, and, our quarterback here has turned into a dual threat monster all of a sudden, Mizell. And, he had, 2 touchdowns today?
Yes.
And some long runs. And he's just very judicious when he does it. And then had the 1 interception early. But after that, I just think he played a marvelous game. But we had a lot of people that played well today. The running game was much better. Lucky Dowdy had a big game. And then the defense. We had a lot of different players. Cody's using a lot of different players. Those last few possessions, we had 6 defensive backs on the field.
Wow.
And then had some big sacks when we needed. I tell you, Wesleyan was very game, though. They certainly never gave up, and they were still trying at the end of that game. And until they got that big holding penalty right here at the end, they would have been on the 12-yard line threatening to score. And then what you're always worried about then is an onside kick or something, get the ball back and kick a field goal. But obviously it didn't happen. I'm so happy for our guys. Happened for Cody. That's 3 wins. Concord hadn't had 3 wins in a season since, 22? Was when we had Dave Walker here and had the 9-2 season. I'm just really pleased with them.
Yeah, while we have a second, we want to thank our staff today. When I say staff, all students who are running the game. Of course, we had our professors here, William Bailey, Larry Mars, who are top-shelf guys who are producing and directing. Jonathan on the sideline, Cam. Samantha Fields, our sideline reporter, who we're going to check in with here in just a second. Our end-zone cams, Xander and Kenny. Game cam, Alvin. Nathan is a booth director, of course, behind us. Graphics were done by Evan, production by Abby, and, of course, our professors, Larry Mars and William Bailey. We are going to join Samantha Fields on the field with the winning quarterback, Tyler Mizell.
Give me a thumbs up.
Coach is busy. We got the quarterback now. Can we start our interview? Let's go. Head in. Let's go.
Ready?
No, y'all need to go that way. Why y'all beef? Go inside! Don't do enough cheap shit! Go inside!
Let's go. Are they ready? Are they ready?
Why are you putting on the energy? Not like that,
I think our online field reporter, Samantha Fields, getting a crash course here. As a couple of guys didn't take too privy to each other, getting ready to end the handshake line there. I do think she has Tyler Mizell lined up. It looks like she has Cody Edwards as well, who was out there trying to break everything up. So Samantha Fields with the winning head coach, Cody Edwards.
Hi, Samantha Field here again with Coach Cody Edwards on the field. Coach, what does this win mean for your team, especially in front of this home crowd?
Yeah, great crowd today. Credit all goes to those fans for showing up. Great crowd today, great community support. Our guys played hard. We got a lot of areas we need to clean up. Some things that we've got to do better in all 3 phases of the football game. But it's always great to get a win. It's hard to win college football games. It's great to get a win. Happy for our guys, happy for our coaches, happy for our campus community.
Yeah, and what I was going to say after you guys play away at Wheeling next weekend.
Yep.
I was going to say, what are some areas you think you need to improve on before that big game?
Yeah, we've got to clean up in all 3 phases. We're just not disciplined. We didn't execute well enough, at times in the game. Too many penalties. Same thing we talked about at halftime. We didn't make those adjustments. We didn't make those changes at halftime. We got to do a better job of that, getting ready for a good Wheeling team next week.
Thanks, Coach. But congrats on the win.
Thank you.
All right, let's go. Get inside.
Quick with him.
Well, big win here for Concord University. Mountain Lions get it done on the ground today. Coach, this team will head up to Wheeling next weekend. You like the fight that you see out of the Mountain Lions, not specifically post-game, but you like the fight, the effort today, as it was backfilled by a committee, and Tyler Mizell did just a fantastic job.
Yeah, he really did. He's just a great player. I think he's the best quarterback in the conference, and he just keeps getting better all the time. He's added now these long, explosive runs to these tremendous passing. And he's just a great leader. Shows real good poise and everything about it. And then this team is also showing some maturity. And, we've got some younger guys, particularly on the defensive side, that are starting to play really well now. And we've had to overcome big loss there with Dom Collins on the offensive side, but there are people stepping up and doing their part. And I'm just really happy for Coach Edwards and Coach Zimmerman and all the guys. And, it's big to get this third win.
Speaking of Tyler Mizell, finally, Samantha Fields is with him on the field. Samantha?
Go, 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 go.
I'm here with quarterback Tyler Mizell. Tyler, you're first in the MEC for passing yards. Congrats on a successful season, but today you were a threat on foot. Can you take me through your touchdown drive for 37 yards? What was going through your head during that moment?
Yeah, they had a good plan for us in the passing game, so it worked out well, and I know I'd have to use some of my legs today, and I saw the hole open up, and I took that opportunity.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, just one because we had to keep it quick.
Appreciate you guys.
Good luck next week.
Tyler Mizell smiling with a lot to smile about here. We saw the backfilled by a committee. Lucky Dowdy, Israel Rhodes, both contributing here. And it was an all-around great team win. As we said, we've got 7 different players who have caught touchdowns this year with the absence of Dominic Collins. So a lot of guys stepping up. You like what you see out of Cody Edwards, the fire, the desire to win, and you saw it on display here today as Mountain Lions get it by 10.
Yeah, we also want to mention some big plays in the kicking game. We're going to kick off back. Clark did it, just a freshman. And we had some real positive plays from the special teams. Kind of all 3 sides of the ball contributed to this win.
Clark had a nice afternoon, 128 kick return yards. That included a 92-yard kick return for a touchdown. And we saw a couple of Moyer's punts land inside the 20. Special teams, huge today for the Mountain Lions.
Oh, you're exactly right. And when we got a field goal in this game, made all our extra points. It takes a lot. It takes a village to win a game. These games are not easy. And everybody kind of stepped up. Everybody did their part. And I would give Wesleyan credit because they battled hard and fought hard to the very end. But this was just a well-earned win for the Concord Mountain Lions, and I know it has to feel good.
Mountain Lions will go on the road next week to play at Wheeling, get Fairmont here, and then we'll end at a non-conference tilt headed to, I think, Roanoke to play a game down against Ferrum, last game of the season. What can we expect next week at Wheeling?
Well, Wheeling is very capable. They're like a lot of these people in the conference. The record does not really fully describe the kind of team they are. Historically, they've been really good defensively. And so they've had some big wins this year, and they've had some tough losses. So it'll be another day. It's not going to be easy. But listen, we got a shot with this team here. When you got a quarterback like we've got and the way the defense is improving, we got a shot in these games.
How about today? The Concord defense just did an exceptional job. Had their hands full. Obviously, Joseph Triplett had a really good game, but as far as in the box, Mountain Lions just really stood tall.
Oh yeah, well that Triplett, man, what did he get? 3 touchdown passes and then a bunch of yards, and these were tough catches. Where he had to jump up. We were laughing saying that he looked like Randy Moss a couple times, but I was really impressed with him. I was impressed with their quarterback play with Landis. So they're a conference team. They got players. They got guys on scholarship. They practice just like we do. They lift weights. And you have to go out and beat them. Nobody gives you a game in this conference.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at Callahan Stadium. What a day it was for Concord. They earned the victory over West Virginia Wesleyan, and Concord now 8 in a row over Wesleyan. And so we want to thank our crew once again. Larry Mars, William Bailey, the two media professors here at Concord University, have produced and directed and done an absolute phenomenal job. And what you saw today on the screen, students did. They've run the cameras, they've done sound, they have done it all. And just one last shameless plug here. If you want to learn about media, this is the place to be. Concord University. Of course, Nate did a wonderful job in our ear all afternoon. And so from Concord, Callahan Stadium, we say thank you and so long. Go Mountain Lions. Thank you.
Well, the conditions are better today. The temperature was better.
Oh, yeah. Think about them. Listen, I'll tell you right now. If you want to
No, I thought it was really good. I was watching a lot of the game through the monitor here.
Yeah, awfully good. That's why these guys on the boot time, that's why they have these production meetings. They sit down and go through everything, and you see the importance of that. Yeah. That's what you like.
I'm glad you guys can read this too.
Hey, listen, we make it happen.
We did. Yeah. I won't miss you guys.
Let's see what.
That's what we're going to try to do, especially after this one going. So hopefully we'll get more approval and more funding for the communication.
Let's see, now what's next week? Oh, we go here.
Yeah. Go. We got Fairmont, but what next week?
Fairmont. Okay. Guys, we're supposed to be, we got all the family together tonight because Leah's in from fall break and brings Max.
Oh, nice.
Try a little bit of lasagna and spaghetti.
I didn't realize she went to JMU.
She's in JMU, she's a freshman.
That's awesome.
Jonah ran in the regionals down at Cabell Midland. Ran a PR,